Alright, testing, 1, 2, 3. What's going on, fellow rogues? It's Massmere here, and welcome in for episode 2, and also should definitely be the ending for Coffee Talk. So, last night, as I explained on the previous stream for this, I originally played this back when I had streamed on Mixer. It was back around 2020, like not long after the game released. I originally played the demo for it, played the game itself afterwards when it fully released, and absolutely loved it. And I pretty much wanted to revisit it to have like an actual little series for it available permanently on my YouTube channel, while also going for, you know, the true ending for the game, which as shown in last night's stream, like there was like little moments where, you know, snippets of what's leading to the true ending happened, new dialogue, and it definitely did like catch me off guard, as well as the fact that, you know, I kind of like, it's, just with so much dialogue in this game, I couldn't remember everything from the story before, so it's been awesome, you know, just revisiting it and finding out little tidbits that I forgot about. So, I'm playing this in advance of the fact that the day after tomorrow, Coffee Talk Episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly is going to be releasing, and I'll definitely be starting on that on Thursday on launch day. So I really want to see, like, you know, what characters, you know, are brought back, what new characters are introduced, and what new storylines we get, because I'm having a feeling they're definitely going to improve on things a lot, and I can't wait to see, like, where the story goes, as well as the fact that since we're going to be concluding this tonight, we're going to find out, like, the actual, I guess, the identity of the barista, considering that, you know, it's heavily hinted at that. And I've been really excited about this because I wanted to do, like, you know, this other playthrough, the true ending playthrough, you know, for a while now, but I wanted to wait until I streamed it. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get right on into this. And as I've said before, the reason why I've got my face cam off for this is because I want to kind of embody that whole mysteriousness of the barista, since I did name him after me. And, you know, of course, I want to kind of like put that whole concept, it's like the first person thing where I'm actually looking at the patrons. So anyways, getting on started with this. See, make sure I got this adjusted a little bit. All right, that should do it. I also got one more thing I gotta do really quick, like, before we get started. We're about to get started. Just gotta do something really quick, like. Alright, done. Alright, so anyways, like, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get it finished tonight, because we got up to day 8 yesterday, and there's like 14 days in this game, so we're technically past the halfway point. Alright, so continue, which should definitely be what we're gonna be doing. We should be on day 8 or day 9, not sure. I'm pretty sure it should be oh yeah. We started off right here. Alright. Just a little more. He never really changed. I know. But it was surprisingly nice. Catching up with people from back then. Thank you for forcing me to do it. Don't mention it. Hey, Massmare. I'd like to order again. The usual. Back to the experiment? Yes. I think the last one was the remedy. But there's no harm in checking some other combinations. Alright? You know what to do. I mean, it's basically the same combination, Gala, isn't it? Like tea, milk, and ginger. Let's see if I get it right on the first go. If not, I can just trash it. I'm like Sanji from One Piece. I hate wasting food. At least we ain't gotta worry about wasting it, because I nailed it. Boom. Try this. Thank you. Just what I needed. What about you, Mr. Hyde? Would you like to order anything else? See, with his name, I keep on thinking he's just gonna like Hulk out at some point. I'm good for now. I can't help overhearing you both. It sounds like you two go way back. We do, I guess. He was my bodyguard. Oh? Didn't you meet here? Yeah, when this was a bar. What happened exactly? He was getting his ass kicked by a couple dwarfs. I mean, see, I would never want that story told if that happened to me. I mean, at the same time, technically when you think about it, it actually would probably be a bit of an honor to get your ass beat by a dwarf, because even though they're short, usually in, like, you know, basically in stories involving dwarves, there's some, like, the toughest, you know, people, like, races you can find. Because my whole viewpoint on it is with dwarves, you know, they constantly, like, you know, they're smithing weapons. They're, you know, constantly making weapons and everything. I mean, they're always, like, you know, using their hands, like, to forge metal and all that. So, even for their size, you know, that strength they got or whatever, it's probably from just, like, you know, working metal all day. So a dwarf could probably just beat your ass without even using a hammer or something. They can literally just fist fight you and knock you flat. So, being beat down by 2 dwarfs, I mean, 1 dwarf would have been bad enough. He was getting his ass kicked by a couple dwarves. Those two bastards. It wasn't a pretty sight, so I intervened. Aren't vampires supposed to be, you know, tough? Just because I'm a vampire doesn't mean I know kung fu. Besides, I've had a couple of drinks. Could have taken them both if I was sober. A couple? Really? You were trashed, Hyde. You told him I was your bodyguard. Wait, were you not his bodyguard? Not at the time. We didn't even know each other. But because of that whole fiasco, we both got kicked out. And then this wasted vampire stuck to me like, well, you know, to a blanket. Obviously, he was too drunk to drive. So I hailed a cab. Turns out he was also too drunk to tell the driver where he lived. And I was stuck with him until morning. Thanks for not leaving me on the street, Gala. Those dwarves could have killed me. Who were they? I'm not going to confirm or deny anything, but it's possible they may have had ties to the mafia. And I might have lost some of their money on the stock market. A lot of their money. Yikes. They wanted me to launder their dirty money, so I decided to screw them over instead. Yeah, I overheard what they were talking about before the fight started. I knew Hyde was innocent, and that's why I helped him. He might be an annoying asshole, but he's not a thief. What a stroke of luck. The universe sending me a guardian angel in my time of need. So next morning, I offered him a job as my bodyguard for real. After all the trouble you caused me that night before? Hey, I took you to breakfast. Don't tell me that counted for nothing. I have to say, it was my proudest moment. I was broke. Breakfast was an offer I couldn't refuse. I mean, I wouldn't have knocked a free breakfast. I mean, as long as it was like French toast or pancakes or something. It was late 60s, mind you. It wasn't easy finding a job, especially for people like me. Werewolves? War veterans. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about this with Gala too. Oh, I see. I forgot he's a vet. That he's also a vet. So how did you go from working as a bodyguard to working in the hospital, Gala? Well, when he was working with me, I noticed. Hyde. I'd prefer if we skipped that part. I'm sorry, but I don't want to go into any details about it. It's alright. Forgive me for asking. I don't mind telling you the quick and dirty version. Long story short, he helped me with something. Let's just say something from my past. Thanks to that help, I found a new purpose in life. Helping other people live. Of course, it's not easy for a veteran werewolf to become a nurse or a doctor. That's why I chose hospital admin instead. So you could say I owe this guy my life. Thanks to his stubborn persistence to helping me when I needed it. Thank you for sharing your story with me. I didn't expect such a tale from you. I know. Anyway, Mask Mayor, I'd like to order something now. What would you like? Can you make a tea-based drink that's warm and cool at the same time? Tea-based drink that's warm and cool at the same time. Alright, so he said tea. Alright, I would think maybe something with mint and cinnamon. I mean, this should nail it. But he might say it's too cool. He said just warm and... Alright, let me try it like this. Okay, so we're gonna get tea. And we'll try the cinnamon first and then the mint. No, that makes it even more warm. Okay, tea. So the cinnamon just... Yeah, and the ginger. Alright, let's try mint and ginger. That makes both a little bit too warm, like too warm and too cool. I can try it. Trying to think. I don't want to serve him something he ain't gonna like, you know? Let's try lemon and... No, that makes it way too cool. I think I got it. Let's try this. Warm and cool. Tea, lemon, and cinnamon. Let's try... That actually sounds good. I don't even know what I just made for him, but we'll find out. We made him a Russian tea, which is actually, from what I recall, what Aqua wanted. You better like this, Hyde. Exactly what I want. Yes! Nailed it. By the way, it feels like this place is missing something today. Freya. Yeah, I haven't seen her today. Speak of the devil. Hello, good people. And one vampire. It's good to see you too. Freya. By the way, we were just talking about you. Oh, really? What about me? I was just surprised that you weren't here. Is that how you pick up girls young enough to be your granddaughter? That won't work on me. I have no interest in flirting with you. I still ship them though, but I've got high standards, you know. You look so tired, Freya. Hard day at work? How could you tell? Call it werewolf senses. Right. I showed Massmere my draft, and I actually got some good feedback. That's good to hear. Hey, what are y'all looking at me for, okay? I mean, what did I do? I mean, I'm just trying to help the girl. Glad I could help. So I spent the whole day rewriting stuff. And also did some stories for the paper. Overall, it was a good day. That's good to hear. But please don't forget to take a break. It's easy to get carried away by work when you're on a roll. Will do, sir. And speaking of hospitals, how's your hospital admitting life going? It's not even a word, Freya. Actually, I'm not even sure what you even do there. It's pretty boring to talk about, but mostly I handle operational stuff happening at the hospital. Things like how much a specialist costs and how much it affects our income. I also deal with patients and their families. If they require intensive care, such as operations, I go through what we do and how much it would cost them. Kind of like biz dev for people's lives, then. You could say that. Damn, that sounds complicated and hard. That's why I'm suited for my job. Someone who gets very emotionally attached to patients will find this job pretty tough, whereas heartless people like my friend here only see it from a business perspective. Good point. Why do people rarely talk about your kind of job? I guess most people don't really notice we exist or think about the necessity of it. Exactly. It's an interesting job, yet no one talks about it. Maybe because most men are just like me. We rarely talk about work outside the hospital. Why? For me, I just don't find any reason to. It's the patient's personal lives anyway. Such professionalism and loyalty. You keep hold of that mindset, especially in front of this lady here. It needs to be a bit less loyal though. Hide. You've been doing this job for a while, right? Almost 50 years now. Whoa, I didn't know that. Wait, 50 years in the same position? Uh-huh. Holy, ask for a promotion, man. They keep offering me new positions, mostly managerial. Take it. Not interested. Why? It's not something I want. Besides, as I've told you before, I fit perfectly in this position. But the salary must be better if you take the promotion, right? Of course. But what I get at the moment is more than enough for me right now. And I still get raises while I'm doing this job. I really can't figure you out. That's Gala for you. Anyway, my shift's starting soon. It was nice catching up with both of you. Are you gonna stay, Hyde? Yeah, I'm still enjoying the vibes here. I'll see you in a few weeks, I guess. Yep. Safe trip. See you around, Massmere. And you, Freya. See ya. Take care on your way. Alright, you didn't miss too much. I've only been live for about, probably in the game for about 10 minutes now. And I mean, I went live like probably 6 minutes before that. So yeah, you didn't really miss too much to where, you can't go back and catch the rest of it if you need to. But anyways, welcome in. It's kind of hard to believe someone like Gala could be your best friend. We were just talking about that before you arrived. Oh, really? Man, I missed an interesting story. So, how did you guys meet? Seriously, I have to retell the story? Yes? Come on, you're not going anywhere, right? Alright then. We met in this place back when it was a bar. I did like how they skip past it so it doesn't explain everything twice. Whoa. I never knew Gala used to be in the army. I mean, he's got the build to be on the front line. Still though, why did he make the jump from, how should I say this, a very physical job to medic? Well, he's not comfortable talking about it right now. But you know why, right? Are you trying to squeeze the story from me? Obviously. He doesn't want to talk about it. That's him, not you. Seriously, Freya? Come on. I won't get into details. But, going to war, it messes with your head. Oh. You see why Gala doesn't want to talk about it, huh? And see, that's the thing. I feel like that was kind of like a bit dickish on Freya. I love Freya to death. She's one of my favorite characters in this. But I feel like pretty much trying to, squeeze, information about someone, something personal, that they don't want to talk about from someone else. It's like basically that whole concept of that. It's like, just, for stuff for her story. She's wanting Hyde to betray Gala. I mean, well, not. I'm pretty sure she doesn't look at it like that. But that's basically kind of like how it comes off as. In some ways, she wanted to get more about Gala, those personal information of him from his best friend, basically, for her book and everything. At least that's kind of like the way I perceive it. Like, Freya's like a good person, but that definitely I think was like a pretty, bad judgment call. You see why Gala doesn't want to talk about it, huh? I don't get it, but it must be difficult, especially back then. The only thing he was confident in was his strength. So he only did work that relied on his muscle. That wouldn't help him get over his trauma though, right? Of course not. But it was the only thing he could do. Or at least it's the only thing he thought he could do. And I mean, in ways, Freya, it is that, I feel like it's not just about the book also. She is, like, she wants to know because actually is a genuine concern about Gala. She does see him as a friend, and she kind of wants to know these things, I guess, like, maybe in the sense that, she wants to, if he ever opens up, maybe she'd be more prepared to actually help him, who knows. But whatever the case. Or at least it's the only thing he thought he could do. But you hired him for his muscle. But you hired him for his muscle? That's what I mean, it's a question. Hey, I didn't know about all that at the time. Besides, he's good at being a bodyguard. And we weren't that close yet, so no personal feelings. I needed his strength, but then I got to be interested in him. Interested? I think he's a cool person, that's all. And after a few months, I noticed his problem. See, I think that kind of like what there's the implication of here and everything as well is that it's basically heavily, I think it's like there's like some implications that Hyde might actually be, and this is like obviously not saying the Snake Eye disrespect and all that, because one thing I've made very well known on my streams or whatever, this is like a, inclusive area. This is like a place for people like, to fit in regardless of, basically race, regardless of gender, regardless of sexuality, things like that. As long as you're not out to hurt others, my stream is a place, where people can be free to be themselves. So this obviously is not saying this in a disrespectful way, but it's very much, I think, heavily implied in this game that Hyde may be gay, and might possibly be the same for Gala. And, and I think it's kind of like, you can see there's kind of like maybe like some kind of possible relationship there between them. Like they're friends, they say they're friends, but it could be there's like some kind of feelings there that they haven't actually maybe really touched on. And it would be cool if like they actually both came back in Coffee Talk too, and they actually maybe touch a bit more base on that storyline. Because honestly, I do ship Hyde and Freya, but I also would definitely ship Hyde and Gala because, they're such, they're so close, they're so tight knit, and they've been through so much together. I mean, they have the whole polar opposite thing. Gala is all about helping people. He's a big teddy bear, and Hyde is kind of stoic, could be an ass, but he genuinely means well. And he's also kind of like doesn't really show his emotions that much. It would be just kind of cool to, I mean, I feel like that's in a way the whole opposites attract thing. Like they're kind of like they're foils to each other. After a few months, I noticed his problem. I suggested he talk about it with someone, seek help, which he refused. No surprises there, but I kind of pushed him to do it. How? It's complicated. Eventually, he did go to get professional help. Of course, I have no idea what happened in his therapy sessions, but in the end, he found a new purpose in his life. He quit working for me, and not so long after that, he started working at the hospital. And he's been And here we go. Good evening, everyone. Oh boy. Good evening. It's nice to see you again, Neil. We're also glad to see you, Barista. Although we do not think we have told you about the name we use on Earth. Again? Oh shoot, it just happened again. Yeah, Neil hadn't told me his name yet. I just didn't even realize I was like, wait a minute, this is new dialogue. It's been since I played this. I was like, oh shoot, here we go again. It's just that, you kind of remind me of our first man on the moon. Oh really? We have chosen the right name then, because that was where our name came from. See, I was saying last night, Neil Armstrong. That's kind of like where I think this actually came from. This has happened 3 times now. You really are hiding something, huh? What are you talking about? Oh, well... Is that your real name? Oh, of course not. Due to the nature of our communication, we do not really need trivial things like names to interact. But from what we have learned here, it seems like the name Neil has a lot of associations with Earthling efforts in intergalactic exploration. I get what you mean. I believe we did not meet the last time we were here. I saw you from afar when you left the coffee shop a few days ago. So, hello. My name is Freya. You can say I'm a regular here. And you, sir? Hyde. And that's the thing, Hyde, kind of like seemed like he just is being like blunt and maybe like dismissive. But then you see that kind of like that little smirk on his face, basically like he's interested in, talking to Neil. But he's basically just really kind of like calm about like introducing himself. You come here often? For someone who doesn't live in Seattle, yeah. Ooh, you are not from around here. Neither are we. Where do you come from? Far away. By far away, you mean a few thousand miles or more? More. Much more. More to the point that your strange calculation system means nothing. It sounds far away indeed. What are you doing here in Seattle? And do all your kind dress like this? Oh, this? We chose this appearance based on the image we saw. When we first... I'm not using the right voice. When we first arrived. Image? Ah, the Arami Gendru album cover. I guess this is Arami Gendru. It's supposed to be like Jeremy Andrew. Never heard of him, I don't think. Now I gotta look this up. Let me see. Okay, I think that Jeremy Andrew is actually the composer for this game, I think. Or might have been a composer, I don't know. I need to look more into it. But anyway, the Arami Gendru album cover. No wonder you look familiar. As for what we are doing, this place is really the perfect spot to practice our communication skills with Earthlings. But before that, please let us order something from the barista. What do you want to drink tonight? The usual. That is how you say it, yes? Yes. So, anything? Yes, we won't be able to taste the difference anyway. You really can't taste anything? Yes. What if I can brew us a drink that can make you feel something? Interesting premise, but we doubt you'll be able to do that. Challenge accepted. Please surprise us. Oh, I got you all right. It's time to make you a nice hot cup of Milky Way. I think. Or how we do this again? Milk, honey, and mint. That's the thing, it's not even like a coffee or like it's not even any of this other, it's just like a pure milk-based drink. Alright, so it's warm, cool, sweet, and that actually sounds really good. So basically it's just like a cold drink. It's cool and sweet and it's got a little bit of warmth to it, but no bitterness. That actually sounds really good. You know, I wonder if I just made him a Shamrock Shake in a way. Let's see, I hope I got this right. Thank you. What the? Interesting. Before you ask, yes, that's how they drink. This? Gotcha. What is this? We have never been able to taste anything in our life. But this is a breakthrough. We have to report immediately. Done. Thank you so much from all of our kind. You are one interesting person. Thank you. That was a compliment, yes? Normally, yes, but you can't be sure with Freya. That definitely was the highest form of compliment. What are you, Neil? Us? We are travelers. Doing our job in the space you call Milky Way. What kind of job? We are tasked with the mission to spread our seeds. You really are here to find a date. All the way from a galaxy far, far away. Wow. It turns out pervs exist everywhere in the universe. Feeling attacked, old man? Not really. You have a valid point. We do not understand, but we are glad if we can make you laugh. Oh, the pleasure was mine. If I may ask, why do you have to breed with us? You're sorry, but that is classified information. Aw, man. But we believe it is alright to share it with you tonight. Thanks to this eye-opening drink from the barista. I'll owe you the story. So why? Everyone, including us and you and everyone else, is tasked to keep the balance of the universe. But sometimes it is hard for some civilizations to maintain balance by themselves, because unknown threats that are beyond each civilization hold on. Yeah, got a little tongue-tied, sorry. It happens. Because unknown threats that are beyond each civilization's power can appear. That is where we come in. I still don't see the relation between that and impregnating us. Quite dense, aren't you? Hey, you came here to give seeds, so a half-breed of your kind can be born on Earth. That is correct. The half-breeds will be half Earthling and half whatever you are. Yes. Assuming that you have some powers that we can't comprehend, you're trying to make sure Earth will have its own protector. That is 100% correct. Holy shit. You're trying to give us a superhero? Yes, that is what your people will call the protector. Why go through all the hassle? It sounds like a lot of work. Why not just explain this to someone? I'm sure a lot of women wouldn't mind giving birth to a superhero. Sadly, it is not that simple. The future protector has to be someone that loves this planet more than anything. They have to be born out of love, which we have learned. It's a very complicated feeling on Earth. Ain't that the truth? We have it easier back home due to the nature of our communication. We understand everyone deeply by default. So everyone on our planet loves each other from the moment they're born. That sounds beautiful. And creepy. Why? It sounds like your planet is a giant spherical orgy. That was a badly chosen word, but it is roughly similar to the truth. Oh my. If what you say is true, shouldn't we help them to get laid with love? Guidance is all we need. Otherwise, we might be responsible for the birth of a super evil person instead. Well, how's the mission going so far? We cannot say it is going well. I'm not surprised. With how quirky and unique you are, not many women can handle that. Could you handle them though? Me? I don't know. What do you think? You're a pretty adventurous girl. I wouldn't be surprised if you decided to go on a date. Or maybe go further, if it got you a good story. Oh, you're not offended by that? Not in the slightest. You're wrong though. I'd go on a date with them, but I don't like to sleep around. Really? To be honest, I didn't expect that. Yeah, I get that a lot. People often mistake me for someone who gets around a lot. Excuse me, miss. From what we gather, does it mean you're willing to breed with us in exchange for our stories? Wow, no wonder your mission isn't going well. I don't mind going out with you for a drink or dinner in exchange for stories, but I'll only sleep with someone I'm serious about. But our mission is serious. It's not that. You either have to be my boyfriend or husband if you want to sleep with me. We have heard of these terms before. Let us check them once again. This is very strange. According to what we found, many Earthlings mate with one person exclusively for their entire lives. Yes, it's called commitment. Such a strange concept. Then why with such rules do you still face overpopulation problems? Now that you mention it, we don't have enough control of ourselves. And those in charge also don't have enough control of us. Not to mention some races live for a very, very long time. So even though there are rules about having kids, and they can be strictly enforced, a lot of people still break them. We know Earthlings boast about the concept of free will, but we thought your kind also loved the concept of restraint and taking care of the planet. At least that was what we gathered from your information network. You haven't seen our oceans, have you, dude? Theoretically, that would be the case. But Earthlings are stupid. She hit the nail right on the head. That's the easiest way to put it. We learned so much today, but we have another question for Miss Freya. Ask away. How can we become your husband? First of all, I was just going step by step. Most of the time you start by dating, boyfriends or girlfriends, you know, before you talk about marriage. Oh, okay. So, how can we become your boyfriend? You can start by asking her whether she's actually single. Understood. So, Miss Freya, are you single? Yes, I am single. Do you want to be our girlfriend? Now, the path to starting a date varies between people. But usually it takes some time before you want to commit yourself to someone. Wow. The breeding process of theirs is surely extremely complicated. It can be easier if you're a smooth talker. Smooth talker? Someone good at communicating with others. That would be really challenging for us. Even after all that, making kids is still in a totally different league. Most women prefer if their male partners wear condoms. Condoms? It is something you wear to prevent pregnancy. Why would you do the mating ritual if you do not want to have offspring? Oh, here we go. Pleasure. All this information is too much to process in one evening. So we talked about using condoms. How do your kind have sex? Like the music had to, like the mood music had to change for that one. Yeah, you gotta feel for Neil. Like, or what? I mean, that's the thing. It says guy, but I think they never actually really specify like what Neil is. I still ain't learned. Like, seeing how you drink. A condom might be something you can't use at all. That's true. How do you do it? We are pretty flexible with that, but we cannot tell you the details. Unless we agree to do the mating ritual. I don't want to imagine how it's done. Oh, you do need not to worry. We will not hurt anyone physically or mentally. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. Especially the mental part. We did our research, and we tried it on a testing subject we made. It was proven. The mental capacity of Earthlings is far more complicated than anything else on Earth, sir. Oh, we did not know that. Being born on Earth sounds very difficult. It is. I have to agree with that. Anyway, thank you so much for the information you have given us. It means a lot for our mission. We have to report our findings to the base. How do you proceed with your mission with this newfound information? We are not sure yet. I don't think anyone is. It is yet to be discussed after all. It was really nice talking with all of you. You're welcome. We are off now. Bye. Take care on your way, sir. That was really something. Yeah, it was. I forgot about a whole line of dialogue when I played this previously. Indeed. You said the first time they came here was for a date, right? Yeah, but their date never came. That's in multiple ways. That can be like, you know, taking so many concepts, and they mistake this Myrtle for their date. The game developer at work? Wow, I dread to think how that went. It was pretty awkward, but you can't be angry at such naivety. I guess. By the way, has that young woman been back since I spoke with her last time? You mean Miss Lua? Yeah, her. Oh, showing some concern now, are you? Just curious. No, I haven't seen her since then, but her boyfriend did come a few days ago, and Freya was being nosy, to the point that Mr. Gallagher joined the discussion. My. You really have a knack for starting trouble. Sadly, I have to agree with that. It's not easy to make Gallagher join a random conversation, unless this really pikes his interest. Or annoys him. I don't know how to react to that. Well, I need to catch a flight to Seattle tomorrow, so I'm off for the day. Oh, you're leaving Seattle so soon? It's only for a week or so. I'll be back here sooner than you know. Oh, well, it'll be a peaceful week then. Anyway, I need to get going as well. Thank you for letting me stay without ordering anything. I didn't even notice that. You really don't care about business? She didn't order anything, but she did attract people to the coffee shop. And that's one way to put it. Anyway, Freya, do you want to share a cab? Thanks, but I'm riding my bike. Alright then, see you around. Take care on your way, folks. And again, like I said, they're all like one big family here. I love it. I mean, we could be a freaky family, but we're a family. But the main thing that kind of gets me also, like I thought about and I never thought about before, is how Gala and Hyde had both like pretty much, you know, tried to give advice to like both people in the relationship. Gala tried to give advice to Bailey, and Bailey seemed like he actually took the advice for the most part, and it ended okay between him and Gala. They basically walked out together talking about it. However, with Hyde and Lua, it definitely didn't exactly go the right way. You know, Lua kind of got a bit pissed off. All right. Wednesday, September 30th, 2020. Alright, Dwarven made cars face challenge against an unexpected competitor. The Mother Earth organization fights to save more forests. Protests arrive over government treatment of Atlantic immigrants. Alright, give me one sec, guys, and be right back and go grab a drink really quick like. Alright guys, I'm back. So anyways, let's continue. And also, you just want to smack that guard right there, just for how much he's enjoying spraying that person in the face. I don't know why they look like zombies though, but whatever the case. Welcome. Oh, this guy. Good evening, sir. Hello. I'm from the Federal Immigration Regulation and Enforcement Division, or FIRE for short. How may I help you? We've heard reports of alien sightings in this area. We take the issue of illegal interstellar immigration seriously. Have you seen any creatures you would consider to be alien in nature? I don't think so. But what should I be looking for? What's the alien look like? We're not 100% sure, but according to some eyewitnesses, it's wearing a spacesuit or something similar. That's a pretty eye-catching outfit, but you'd think an illegal alien would try to blend in better, right? To avoid attention, you know? That is a very good point. In fact, there might be a solid possibility that we have been running around after false testimonies. They are superior creatures, after all. Thank you for your help. If you see any suspicious activities, please contact us through our website. Will do, sir. You don't want to drink anything before leaving? We're good. Take care on your way. Don't be coming sitting in my chair like without ordering anything. How dare you? You really need to be more careful, Neil. Huh? Oh, it's Aqua. Oh, and yeah, and also Myrtle. Good evening, Massmere. Yo. Hey, Miss Aqua, Miss Myrtle. Have you both been somewhere together? We plan to meet here. It's just a coincidence we arrived at the same time. Would you like to order anything? You want to order first? Nah, you go first. Okay. Could I have a cup of green tea with a lot of mint? Okay, that should be simple. Green tea and... Take the mint to the extent. That was terrible, whatever. You better like it, Aqua, because I can't put any more mint than this. That is some minty tea. That was terrible. Marrakesh? Alright, hopefully she likes it this time. Ooh, that looks very fresh. I call this Marrakesh, inspired by its origin. Marrakesh in Morocco? Are the people that really love tea? Let's give this a try then. I think I nailed it. Oh my. It's warm, but very refreshing. No wonder Morocco is often associated with tea. How about you, Miss Myrtle? Do you want to order right away? Sure. I have the tea Tarek. Okay, this one I need to actually know how to make. Alright. Make this alphabetical, see what we got here. It'll be in the teas. You know about tea and milk. God, that was actually pretty easy. And hers is gonna be very warm, somewhat cool, or a very warm, normally cool, no sweetness. Probably I would say that's maybe extra bitter. Not sure. I think like one time a while ago, but I never really I can't remember it. Huh? Is there anything wrong? No. It's better than I thought it would be, actually. Well, I'll take that as a compliment, I suppose. The taste is really authentic. Just like the tea Tarek you get in Southeast Asia. Thank you for the compliment. Where did you learn to make it? I traveled around Southeast Asia a few years ago. I wish. This thing is bad with my digital version of me actually gets around more than my real life version. He's stuck in a coffee shop for the whole game. Well, I wouldn't say stuck in the coffee shop. I mean, it's actually a blast to be here. Making it sound like me saying stuck here makes it sound like I don't want to be here. Yeah, the main tea that I actually kind of like, really go to is Bigelow. I usually just like whenever I go shopping at the grocery store, I usually like pick up some. I got like a whole bunch of it in my cupboard. I mean, I'm really big on tea, but mostly it's green tea I drink. Like I've got some in there. It's like peach. I got lemon. I've got elderberry, I believe, and I've got like I think like some pomegranate tea. I might actually need to check the grocery store see if they actually have like have any mint tea up there. I'm pretty sure they do. It's just I mostly stuck to the Bigelow tea bags because that's like the best, the easiest way for me to make tea, considering like what I actually have in my kitchen. But I do kind of wish I actually had like cold presses or something like that, or things to make like tea, like better tea. But a Bigelow gets the job done for me. So I learned about it in Malaysia. Yes, and from videos on the internet. So how are things going in the office? As usual, tiring. But thanks to you and your team, we made some good progress with a problem we've been stuck on for a while. I'm glad I could be of help. It's not every day our research can have an impact as direct as this. Only a few weeks after publication, no less. The thing is, even with your help, we still need to do a ridiculous amount of overtime. Alright, Amber, I'd appreciate that. Thank you. To make sure the game will be available for the holiday season. Oh. I want to say please don't forget to rest. But I'm sure I won't be that easy for you and the team. Huh. This doesn't executives care about us. Overtime is not mandatory, they'll say. Please see your family. Get some rest. But we all know that optional overtime is a passive-aggressive move. We'll stay long in the office anyway. Because if we go home earlier than the others, you'll feel bad for them. You'll feel guilty. I understand that so much. I hate to admit it, but yeah, it's guilt. I wish I could help you, or at least say something to boost your morale. Sadly, I'm not the right person to give you advice about that. For guilt is something that also bothers me a lot, even for things I shouldn't feel guilty about. And you know what makes it worse? I know the state of the industry, but it still saddens me to realize that my favorite series was born out of such sacrifice. I'm sorry I ruined the mood for everyone. Don't worry about it, Aqua. I'm not that bad off, you know. At least the company gives us decent compensation. Healthcare, bonuses, and so on. We're already used to this. So don't you worry about me, okay? Getting used to unhealthy working conditions shouldn't be a norm. Hey, cheer up. Remember, your research helped us out a lot. Thanks to you, the rest of the development is going to be much easier. How's your game doing, by the way? Actually, I have some good news about it. What is it? The game got approved to be showcased at Max West this year. That's really good news. Congrats. Thank you. So, what's the problem then? I haven't confirmed my attendance to the organizer. Why? Confirm it. Fast. Before they give you your spot to another indie. Just not sure about it. What's stopping you? Cost? The booth is free for indies. That's good then, and the event's even in Seattle. You don't need to spend anything on travel or accommodation. It's a golden ticket, but I'm not that confident. You passed the selection process, right? That should be enough validation to reassure you of the game's quality. If I'm not mistaken, the judges are usually prolific people in the industry, and also senior journalists. I know, but I've told you about my game, right? It's pretty non-traditional. Thousands of people will be visiting Max, expecting Full Metal Conflict and other bigger games. Every game has its own market, you know, and you'll be in the indie area. People know what to expect there. Gamers aren't stupid. What if some haters visit the booth? That's the thing about, you're gonna have haters in basically just about anything you do. I mean, I know this considering I do content creation. Sometimes you just gotta like pretty much throw caution to the wind and go for it anyway, because at the end of the day, it's better like to have like a few haters while you're pursuing your dreams than to basically, you know, miss out on all the people that could have, you know, actually supported you in what you're doing with your dreams. I don't know where I was trying to go with that, but yeah. Let some haters visit my booth. What if they don't like my game and say bad things about it? Or about me? That's not gonna happen. It's an expo, not the internet. People are way nicer in real life. And yeah, that's honestly usually how it goes. You know, the fact of the matter is, if they do say anything bad about her stuff, they'll probably be after they've already left and everything. Because, you know, that's the thing about trolls. You know, they're more than likely, you meet them on the streets IRL, they ain't gonna, you know, have the balls to say, you know, anything to your face. People are way nice in real life. Even after all that, I'd still be there by myself for the whole event. That one is a problem, yeah. Meeting that many people is already scary enough. Doing it for 4 days straight? Showing my baby to the public? I just can't imagine the horror. You know what? Huh? So far my schedule's pretty empty around then. Things stay this way until Max, I'll come with you. No, you don't have to do that. Even if you're free then, you shouldn't waste your time on me. Relax or something. Nah, it's no bother. I'll be going to the event anyway. Might as well come with the exhibitor badge. What about your company's booth? Don't worry about it. There are hundreds of us. I can just ask my lead to skip this year. But, I'm coming with you. Whether you like it or not. Oh, okay. Good. Now what are you going to show the game on? I have a laptop and a smartphone. Is the Expo build ready? Expo build? You're not planning to showcase the full version, right? That's the plan. Don't. I can give you the guidelines of what to have for the Expo build. You have the game with you now. It's on my phone. I can send you the build now if you want. Do so. Okay? Got it. Now let's see. Who is this again? Oh, Rach. That's the thing, and now you're seeing like, you know, you're really seeing more and more just how also Myrtle, again, like, you know, orcs are usually seen as brutish. And she's kind of like Gala in that, you know, when she first started off, you know, she was like just really kind of distant from everyone. Kind of like an introverted concept. And now you see just how she's an absolute sweetheart as well. You know, orcs are known for being brutish. So she's still kind of like, I guess I can kind of like really see that she's a bit blunt to the point on things. But she's an absolute sweetheart. And it's kind of like how it is with most of the characters. You know, once they kind of open up, you see they're actually pretty wholesome people. And, you know, you really do want to get to know them once you kind of like start getting like that vibe that they're actually pretty, you know, who they are. Yeah, she wanted to, because let's be real here. Think about it. Aqua, because even though, you know, the thing is, Aqua, like I said, you know, from the waist down, you know, she's actually got like a lot more mass, because she's got like a bunch of tentacles and everything. But you see how petite she is from the waist up, you know, and everything. So she's kind of like, you know, you can still, you know, see she's very timid and everything. I mean, let's be real here. If anyone was going to try to mess with her at that event, where you really think they're going to do so with an orc right there next to her? I mean, I wouldn't mess with Myrtle. All right, hello, Miss Rachel. Hi, Mass Mare. What's wrong? Huh? Nothing. I've just been practicing all day and I'm pretty tired. Are you having a concert soon? Don't tell anyone yet. It'll be announced tomorrow. But I'm going to perform at Coachella next week. They're still adding new performers? Yeah, you might say that those announced this late are backups. Oh. But still the biggest festival in the country. Yes. And I'm excited for it. I think I should celebrate with a special drink, something sweet. What do you want to order? A sweet hot chocolate. That's not too sweet. Let's try some, chocolate with honey? I know this is what she wants. Nah. Alright, let me consult my brew pad. Chocolate Moroku? Let's try it. Alright. Chocolate honey milk. Right. That's not hot though. Okay, it's not that. We need something that's hot. I don't think it's Spice Lady either. It could be, no, let's try a Spinach Sahara. Hopefully this is like chocolate milk and ginger. Please like it. I'm trying here. It's not sweet. It's not extremely sweet, that's the problem. Okay, she want. I don't think dark chocolate is gonna be it. Dark chocolate usually isn't sweet. Let's see. I say we don't really have a whole lot of options here. I mean, I could try the. All right. We'll try a chocolate Moroku anyway. If you don't like it, whatever. Chocolate honey milk. She ain't gonna like it because she's gonna say it's not hot enough. Watch this. I bet you she ain't gonna like it. Please like it for the love of God. Oh, it looks very pretty. Okay, nailed it. It's not warm though. It had no warmth to it. Well, at least she liked it. And like it probably been kawaii for her taste and everything. It's warm and sweet. I love it. Please don't hesitate to call me if you need anything else. Thanks. I just was trying to make sure, because I know sometimes they'll okie doke you on this, like if you don't have like the stats right, and that had no sweetness to it, no milk, no warmth to it. But she says you want it sweet, and it couldn't really get much sweeter than that. Other than the instruction on the loading screen, try putting a time limit on how long they can play. Why? Wouldn't that break their immersion? Obviously, you want to put a time. I think from what my viewpoint on is, you want to put a time limit on it, so that way it can give them a taste, like more of a taste on, like, you know, playing more of the game possibly, and also make it where more it gets out to more people. If you have like no time limit, one person's got to probably be on it like endlessly. Probably, but in case there's a good reaction to it, you might have people lining up to play your game. Don't want to make them wait too long. That makes sense. If you don't want to put a time limit on it, try ending a demo with a cliffhanger. That should get people's attention. Noted. Dad? Oh boy. What are you doing here? After what you did at the studio this evening? Oh, yeah, this. I was worried I couldn't find you anywhere around the studio, so I thought you'd be here. But we cannot just limit ourselves to this place. And now you're causing another ruckus. We're sorry, Mass Mayor. We didn't mean to cause you any problems. You are sorry. I don't have anything to be sorry for. Well, anyway, I better order something. What are you having? What would you recommend? Might I suggest a cup of Spanish Sahara? Oh, what is that? It's basically hot chocolate with milk and ginger. Sounds delicious. I'll take that Spanish Sahara. Or Sahara. Alright, I believe that's how we would make it. Yahtzee. Like, I think Aqua's the one that didn't like. I was like, I put a dang churro in it. I'm not letting that go. I think it was Aqua that didn't like my Spanish Sahara. Or is it Sahara? I like saying Sahara, but I think it probably is pronounced Sahara. Your drink is ready, sir. My. This is amazing. Glad you liked it. Dad? Yes? Please just go home after you finish your drink. Not until you leave that good-for-nothing pervert. I need him. He's gonna help me become more successful. Sorry about that if y'all just caught that sneeze. Apologies. My allergies been killing me lately. I think it's because, you know, so much pollen in the air where I live. Sorry about that. I know Morris. He is not a good person. The industry has changed, Dad. It's not like 20 years ago. Besides, since you left, he's been growing his brand, making his name, managing a lot of stars so they become superstars. I still have my informants in the industry. He hasn't changed much. And if he has, it wasn't for the better. You're just being paranoid. Now, you're kind of seeing a little something here. Just let the story play out. First, you were afraid of how my fans would treat me. Now you're afraid of the industry, too. What's next? You lock me in the house because you're afraid of the air I'm breathing? You're just too young to understand. Then make me understand, because this is definitely not helping. There are better ways. Didn't you learn anything from Mom? We were together for almost 15 years, but you learned nothing. Not even how to talk to your own daughter. Rachel, I'm sorry, but I'm trying, okay? Try harder, because right now, you're not helping anyone. Not me, not you, no one. I know, but give me a chance. You know what? It'll take time for me to learn, but I am learning. Or, you know, I could return to the industry. I could try to be your manager. Dad, are you out of your mind? You've been out of touch for so long. I told you, I have informants there. I'm not that out of touch. Of course, there are things I need to figure out, but it doesn't work that way, Dad. You know that. Going from a girl band to a solo career won't be easy. If I take things slow, I'll lose all my momentum. If you don't want me to be your manager, can you at least choose someone other than Morris? I don't think so. Mr. Lester is at the right height of his career right now. He's my best chance right now. Don't be too paranoid, okay? I've made my decision. Now please go home. Relax. And don't ever come to the studio again. I'm going back there. I need to practice for the festival. It's only a few days away. There's a big chance to boost my presence as a solo artist. When are you going to be home? I don't know. I'll be staying at the hotel the label provided. But that's... See you, Dad. Wait, Rachel. So you can kind of see a little something here and that, you know, from both sides. Excuse me for a moment, Mass Mayor. Rachel's right on her end, to an extent, but you can kind of like guess that there might be a little something else that Hendry might know. I'm sorry about what just happened. You don't have to apologize. Yeah, we were busy minding our own business anyway. What, you didn't have an argument, Myrtle? Of course I heard them. I just chose to ignore most of it. It's none of my business, is it? That's amazing. What's so amazing about that? I don't think I can do that. Dividing and focusing my attention so completely. Especially when there's an argument like that. Are you saying you weren't listening to my device and you were focusing on them instead? No, I was listening. I make notes. See, you didn't even realize. But you are capable of focusing your attention. Now that you mention it, it happens naturally, I guess. Being born to a big family is useful after all. Yeah, sometimes we don't even realize what we're capable of doing. By the way, you want to head back now? Yeah, it's pretty late. Yo, Mass Mayor, we're leaving. Hope you had a good time. Thank you for the drinks, as usual. Please take care on your way home. I guess that's all for Oh, you're back, Mr. Hendry. Are you alright, sir? Sir? Oh. Yeah, yes. Please don't worry about me. Did you manage to catch up with Miss Rachel? No. I lost her. Sorry to hear that. But I'm sure she's alright. I hope you're right. By the way, pardon me for asking. Yes? Throughout your arguments with Miss Rachel, something kept bugging me. What's that? Why did you leave the music industry? Now that's a trip down memory lane. You don't have to tell me if it makes you uncomfortable. Oh no, it's fine. I left around 20 years ago, just as we were welcoming the beginning of the new millennium. It was a great time for girl bands, you know. They were huge in the 90s, and they were still enjoying the leftover sensation of the past decade. I met my wife while working. She worked for a record label. That's how we met. I decided to get married and settle down. I wanted a peaceful life. You didn't find peace managing girl bands? Oh gosh, no. The politics, the dark side of the industry, none of it's good. What hit me hardest was the fans. Toxic fans are the worst. Teenage girls especially. They were crazy about their idols. To the point where they started doing really unimaginable stuff. Like what? Spending all their money trying to copy the superstar lifestyle, abandoning their responsibilities, their families. And the men, they were even worse. They sexualized the girls in every way you could possibly imagine. Edited photos, stalking, outright sexual assault. It's bad. There's a lot of this I actually have seen in the live streaming community as well, with more popular female streamers. I mean, I think I've seen it happen to some extent, you know, with guy streamers too, but not nearly as much. But mainly, you know, like I've actually heard like horror stories of female streamers who have had like guys actually show up, and not trying to make the stream take a dark turn, but you know, basically speaking, like he's talking about the industry of music. This happened in the live streaming space as well. I've heard stories of like, you know, female streamers who have had guys actually show up in their town trying to find them. You know, it's not a fun thing like to go through, I'm sure. I mean, I've never really had it happen to me per se. I have dealt with like, you know, stalking to a different extent, but I can definitely see what he's talking about here from, you know, seeing others go through it, and also kind of going through something myself in regards to cyber stalking. But anyways, continuing. It was before the internet, mind you. I mean, the internet existed, but it wasn't as mainstream as it is now. Yeah, now that's actually, you know, with how big the internet is now, all this kind of stuff has gotten worse. I wasn't even the target of the abuse, but it haunted me. It was everywhere. Don't talk to me about peace. I couldn't sleep back then. Not getting enough sleep is dangerous for cats. What do you do for a living now? After we got married, my wife and I opened a record store. It's not big, but we have a very specific audience. We're niche, but they love us for it. It's more than enough for our little family. So just don't touch with your friends in the music industry. They visit my place from time to time, and we all meet up at least once a year. Usually it's at my place. Gosh, look at the time. I should go home too. Are you gonna be alright by yourself? Don't worry about me. I'm an old cat. We're stronger than most people think. See you later, Mass Mayor. And sorry for bringing our fight to your place. Don't worry about it. Alright then. Goodbye. Alright. Alright, October 1st, 2020. Thursday. Coachella organizer reminds parents not to allow their children to attend unsupervised. And see, I definitely know this meme. I think. I definitely remember this meme. I think it's like a little girl who's kind of, I think, like, you know, running from something. I can't remember exactly where the meme comes from. I forgot it, but I do recall this one. This definitely is like an internet meme that they're using on the front page. Rachel Florencia confirmed to perform at Coachella 2020. Gil Nyman and Maruki Narukami to collaborate for a new IP. And Gil Nyman, obviously, I can't remember what Maruki Harakumi. I guess it's probably Haruki Murakami. Like, they reversed the letters. Can't remember like who they are. Probably feel bad for that. But Gil Nyman obviously is a play on Neil Gaiman, who of course, you know, created Sandman. You know, very popular comic book series. One I've actually been wanting to get into, but I do know there's a series for it on Netflix that I think I've heard follows very close to the comic book adaptations. So Sandman is something I definitely want to, like, you know, check out eventually. But let me check something else. I think Neil Gaiman also is behind American Gods as well. Let me see, who was Haruki? Yeah, Haruki Murakami. Not Murakami, yeah. Trying to check here. I was trying to check exactly, yeah, I think, like, you know, Murakami or whatever is also an author. Never really read a lot of their work. I have heard of them. That's why I was trying to get a refresher course on what they wrote, but yeah. Sorry, we're not open yet. Oh, Neil. You come very early today. Is there anything I can help you with? There is definitely something you can do. What is it? Can we work here? Excuse me? What? Is it possible for us to work here? Why? We've learned something precious since we first arrived here. Communication is very important on Earth. And Earthlings communicate in a very complicated way. It blows our mind to learn that you need to mix between verbal and non-verbal communication here. Yes, but I can see that your communication skill has improved an awful lot since you arrived. That is true, but it is not enough. Some of the biggest lessons about Earthlings we learned from them here. This made us think. Instead of focusing on finding a breeding partner, we should focus on learning how to communicate with Earthlings properly. Sounds like a good strategy. That's why we asked you to allow us to work here. Because you want to interact with our customers. That is correct. Not sure about this. Neil, normally if you are applying for a job on Earth, you have to go through certain processes before you can finally get the job, if you get it at all. Oh, let me think this over if you don't mind, and I'll let you know tomorrow. Oh no. We're sorry for our spontaneity. Our spontaneity. God, they throw some words at me like I've heard before and I pronounced them in the past, but I still have trouble actually, you know, remembering how to pronounce them. I think it's spontaneity. Spontaneity? Yeah, spontaneity. We'll just go spontaneity. You know, spontaneity, potato, tomato, whatever. But it has to be today. May I know why? Because we are leaving for an event tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Thank you. But with one condition. You won't be making any drinks. I'll handle that. Once I'm done, you will give the cup to the customer. Understood. There are other things you need to keep in mind. What is that? Dealing with the customers. Some people come here just to chill. They might come just for a drink, work, or to read something. I strongly suggest you let them be. But always be prepared if they want to talk about anything. How can we know whether people want to be left alone or not? That won't be easy. But you'll be able to judge based on their body language. Nonverbal signs? Yes. That will be very hard for us. Indeed. Don't worry, I'll give you a sign. When you should start talking, or when you should stop. Thank you. We will need that so much. Well, that's basically all you need to do here. Do we need a special outfit to do the job? Not really. I'll lend you an apron, though, to help keep your suit clean, and to differentiate you from the customers. You don't really need more differentiation. Ain't that the truth? But it will make you look... Got hiccups. But will make you look more legit for the job. That is a very Earthling thing to do. It is. Alright then, are you ready for this? We are. Okay, let's start the night. Welcome. Holy wow. What the hell is happening? Good evening, Miss Freya. Hey, Mass Mayor, what's going on here? Well, Neil's working here tonight, and I thought I was the one who brought bad news. I never thought this place would be ground zero for an alien invasion. Huh, it's not that. Neil's just helping out. You never look like someone who needs help. There are a few things to clarify, Miss Freya. First, our mission was never about conquering Earth. In fact, it is the other way around. Second, judging from the situation, we are actually the person who's getting help from the barista. Not the other way around. What? We have learned some things since we arrived, and we came to a conclusion. Before starting another breeding mission, we should learn more about how Earthlings communicate. We thought this place was the best place to learn. And you just agreed to this? On one condition. I make the drinks, Neil will only be here to serve and communicate. Fair trade. What's in it for you then? What? You're helping them here, what do you get in return? Now that you mention it, is there anything you want from us? Please don't hesitate to ask. Don't mention it. Well, maybe you can be my next story. I can write an article about your work here. Freya? If I still need to write for the paper again. What happened? The chief found out. Oh. Is that why you didn't come yesterday? Yes. How did she find out? You remember my fateful meeting with the higher up? In the elevator? Yes. The same thing happened with my chief. They met each other in the lift. And the higher up mentioned our encounter to her. The chief called me into her office, and things went downhill from there. She realized immediately, and it was the reason for my poor performance lately. That was the reason for my poor performance lately. She didn't like it, of course. Sorry to hear that. What are you gonna do now? Write the goddamn novel, I guess. And after that, hope that it sells well. If not, I don't know. We don't understand what is really happening, Miss Freya, but we feel the immense sadness and frustration you feel. How about a warm cup of drink? It is on the house. Huh? You're allowed to do that? We will pay for the drink. No, it's okay. It's on the house. That was a nice thing to do, Neil. That was the best thing to do according to our senses. So you can see Neil's learning. It was. So what do you want to drink, Miss Freya? Your favorite. Our favorite? Anything. I trust you with the decision. Okay, let's see what we can make her. Milk, honey, and mint. Let's try to make her a Milky Way. See what happens. Here's your drink. Specially crafted by the owner of this coffee shop. Well, who else is gonna brew it? Thank you so much for this. I always wondered why your place only served hot drinks, but today I might have an idea why. How far along are you with the novel? I can prepare the draft in a few days, I think. Now that I really don't need to care about the other deadlines. And if I manage to infuse some coffee and creativity into my blood, that sounds doable, even without the caffeine infusion. Excuse me, Miss Freya. We have learned extensively about Earthlings' bodies, about all the races, and we do not think infusing your blood with coffee would be advisable. Sorry, Neil. I'm not really in the mood for this sort of conversation. It was just... Neil, Freya wasn't serious about infusing herself with coffee. Oh. We are glad to hear that, then. That was a figure of speech, Neil. We have heard about that term. It's still very hard to understand your language. It'll always be hard. Languages will keep on changing. Understood. At least we are here to learn the basics of how Earthlings communicate. Miss Freya, if we may ask away. How fast do you write? Not fast enough, apparently. But do you have numbers? Numbers? How many words do you produce per day? I don't think I have the exact number, but full time, I should be able to write between 3,000 and 5,000 words per day. That's a lot. That's raw. After that, I still need to edit it. I usually end up with about half of what I originally wrote. According to our research, the standard number of words for the thing you need to write is between 50 and 100,000. That's right. But for this draft, I don't need to write that much. That is pleasant information to hear. How many words do you need to write? Let's see. I think it should be around 15,000 words. It's pretty big for a pitch draft. Well, it's GRA Media, the biggest publisher around. We count based on the number of words. It seems like you'll be able to achieve your target easily. I wish. Writing is only about the number of words, Neil. It requires things outside the mere word count. If we only judge writers by their ability to write a large number of words, then we wouldn't have poetry or short stories. That is pretty hard to understand. But we learned beforehand that art is a difficult matter, even for Earthlings. Yup. Earthlings seem to have a fascination for things which are hard to understand. From languages to arts. Right again. But you're not that wrong about writing, you know. Word count is one of the few things you can objectively judge a story by. It's not the most important thing, but it's still up there. So it is still a valid perimeter. Definitely. Cool. That didn't sound at all like you, Neil. I guess you really are learning something on Earth. Bailey's? Oh, another guest. Oh, Myrtle, never mind. It's been a while since I played this, I can't remember who actually came in on this night. Good evening, Miss Myrtle. I won't even ask. Except for one thing. Who's making the drinks? I'm still the one responsible for that. Good. Coffee with a little bit of ginger, please. Coffee with a little bit of ginger. Like, she didn't even want him touching her coffee. Like, I know it wasn't, like, any disrespect on Myrtle's, like, from Myrtle. It's just when you think about their first, encounter, it's probably, like, not she doesn't trust Neil or whatever. She doesn't want to make the drink. She's probably scared of what he would make. Hope I didn't botch this. And she said coffee with a little bit of ginger. And I've literally just put a small bit of ginger in there. Please let her like this. Your order is ready. Not bad. Thanks. You're welcome. What brings you here today, Miss Myrtle? Psst, Neil, some people come to a coffee shop just sit without being disturbed. Oh, that definitely seems to fit Miss Myrtle's visits here. Actually, I'm not here to just sit without being disturbed. Huh? Pardon us. I was just training Neil on how to talk with the customers here. I can see that. You're still trying to get laid? Just out of nowhere. No, we are not. We are tasked with learning how Earthlings communicate with each other. Yeah, that's a step in the right direction. One suggestion, if you want to blend in with us, stop using such formal language. Start talking the way we talk. Start listening the way we listen. Which essentially is not really listening at all. That would be very difficult to achieve, but we will try. Step by step. One small step for you, might be one giant leap for your kind. She just had to go there. That was nicely said, Miss Freya. By the way, Miss Myrtle, now that we know you are not here for your usual activities, are you here for someone then? Yeah. Oh, is it Aqua? Uh-huh. What's the occasion? No special occasions, just... Yeah, it's Aqua, the squishiness. I'm sorry, I'm late. I was supposed to leave early, but... What is this? What is happening here? I already told the barista to call the cops when he was gonna breed here. Yeah, I had to read, was that what she was talking? Or I told the barista to call the cops when he said he was gonna breed here. I don't recall her saying that, but okay. Where's Mass Mare? Miss Aqua, please relax. I'm here. Oh, you're safe. Yes, everything is fine. Like, I had to, like, do this. Like, wait, what the hell did you just say here? I had to, like, you know, because I had to repeat this. Okay. Please let me take a breath. Here, please drink this water. And you see just Neil, like, no one can with Neil. Like, I can't even with him, and no one else can either. Like, he's like the one that just shows up and just everything unravels. Feeling better now? Yes. I'm sorry. It is alright, Miss Aqua. Everyone has been surprised to see me here. That's a freaking understatement. What are you doing here anyway? We're starting to think that we might need to make a recording for the answer to this question. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. No problem, Miss Aqua. It is time for our break anyway. So, here's the deal. I like how it just pans over. He's just sitting down now. That's really interesting. Very nice of you to do this, Mass Mare. It's nothing, really. But do you really think one day it's enough to learn everything? Definitely not. But we do not want to disturb this place's business for any longer. As if this place cares about business. Besides, we want to travel around the planet more. This coffee shop is a good start. But we cannot limit ourselves to just this place. Where do you want to go after this? Coachella. What? What are you gonna do at Coachella? According to our research, there are many breedings happening during Coachella. So basically, what he's gonna be trying to do at Coachella is everything that walks. God dang it. There are many breedings happening during Coachella. That's why we decided that it will be our next target. Well, you're not wrong. So basically, he's wanting to use my coffee shop to learn how to talk to people so he can go to this big music event or whatever, try to smash, pretty much. I mean, which when you think about it, it actually kind of makes sense. You know, he's wanting to try to like learn how to properly communicate with people, because when you're going to a big social event, obviously you want to try to communicate with people. I mean, I've been to anime conventions, you know, even though I have social anxiety, I have somewhat managed at anime conventions, but usually, I still was kind of like, you know, reserved. I'll go up and ask people like for a picture of the cosplay and everything. But otherwise, I didn't really break out and actually converse with people like there unless they came up and talk to me. There was like a couple of people I met at the convention, sat down and chat with them, and they were like just amazing people. But I've never really actually, you know, at social gatherings, whatever, it's always been really hard for me to actually really kind of open up and talk to people. Like compared to how I am on stream right here, where I'm just a mile a minute and I don't shut up usually. In person, I really have to like, you know, take time to actually warm up and talk to someone. All right, you're not wrong. But didn't you say the baby has to be born out of love? Yes, we noticed that. But we also know that we need to know a lot more about Earthlings, including the breeding manners. That is what we will study in Coachella. After that, we will be very ready to breed with so many female Earthlings. So here's the kick to it. What also makes me think here is that he says a lot of breedings are happening there, so he's basically going there to basically, you know, watch people, you know, make whoopee, pretty much. That's what it sounds like he's trying to say. He's gonna go there and just watch. Like, it's not a zoo, Neil. I shouldn't say this, but hell, that sounds like the best plan you've had since you got here. We know. We also surprised ourselves, but please, Miss Freya, let us stop talking about our plan. We work here today. First, let us return to our spot behind the bar. So our discussion with Miss Myrtle was stopped abruptly. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. What are you two doing together? It's nothing, we're just friends, you know? We just want to hang out and talk about our work. We both work in the same field, remember? Yes, that's it. I don't have that much experience in game development, you see. I thought your research was in computer graphics. Yes, but I've never made a game from scratch before. I was always a bystander, so I've been asking Myrtle for feedback from time to time. Today I wanted to thank her directly, but she arrived first, so I could buy her a drink. Never mind that. I'd refuse it anyway. But, wait. If you want to thank her directly, does it mean you're done with the game? Excuse me, Miss Freya. It should be your, not your. Oh, so you are correcting my grammar now, huh? It was a slip of the tongue, okay? I'm sorry. How'd you even pick up on that anyway? It's not like what I'm saying is written down anywhere. And that's the thing. Fourth wall breaking. Right here, when you think about it. I remember like this, that they basically broke the fourth wall in a way. We just know. Back to you, Aqua. So, you're done with your game. There's quite a lot of things I need to polish and fix, but players can enjoy the experience from start to finish. What kind of feedback do you give people for a video game? That depends on the game. But in Aqua's case, most of my advice was about the pacing, control, and UI, UX. Must be fun to have finished working on your creation. Surely remove some of the weight on my chest, just to replace it with another weight. You mean there's still more to come after you're done? I'm not done with my book. I just lost my job. If I can't finish this draft on time, I'm done. Even after all that, if it doesn't sell well, I'm even more done. Doubly done. I'm sorry to hear that, Freya. But please be more confident. I'm even starting to doubt myself. I read some of your short stories, you know. After our first meeting, I subscribed to the Evening Whispers app, and then I read some of your stuff you wrote. They're really good, you know. Some of them are better than others, but still an enjoyable experience to read them. So I'm excited to check out your book once it's done. You're too kind, Aqua. What you're going through is more or less the same as what Myrtle's going through, so I'm sure you'll both be fine. Ugh. You don't have to talk about it in front of other people. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. It's just that sharing is caring, you know? Okay. Thank you for helping me share with other people. I really am sorry. I know, I said thanks already, right? But you put so much emphasis on share. That's sarcasm, I know that. Aqua, I'm sorry if it sounded that way, but yeah, I kind of get what you're dealing with. Although it's a bit different for me. What's your problem? Burnout. I know this one all too well. I've been working on something for 2 years straight, but no one outside the office knows about it. Those who do don't seem to appreciate it at all. I know this so much. Like, truly. I thought Fullmetal Combat had a new game every 2 years. Yes. I don't really work on them. Not directly. So what do you work on? A secret project. I'll tell you under friend DA, okay? Alright, I'm not with the paper anymore anyway. I'm part of a special team. We're tasked with making a breakthrough in the studio. We need to be able to make a prototype for a new IP. Or worst case, another FMC game in a different genre. Isn't that a dream job for some people? That's what I thought, at first. You're a writer, right? Imagine being a writer, but you can't publish anything you write for years. That doesn't sound like a pleasant situation at all. My team has been making pitches, dozens of them, hundreds, thousands. Out of all those countless pitches, only a handful got approved for prototyping. So far, none of the prototypes have been approved. Ouch. There's only 7 of us on the team. The 7 samurai. That's what they said. So you haven't released anything for the last 2 years? Sometimes our team works to support others. When they're going through a crunch cycle, they need to hit an almost impossible target. We jump in. No one of you folks were considered the 7 samurai. I guess, yeah. By the way, Myrtle, I just realized. What? Usually developers get their vacation time after finishing a project, right? More or less, yeah. When was the last time you had a vacation? Before I joined this company, I guess. That's like 4 years ago. Uh-huh. Dude, no wonder you're so burned out. Yes, that's why. You need a vacation. But I can't just take one. You can. In fact, you will do it tomorrow. But tomorrow is... I'm not done yet. I will take tomorrow, the day after, and another day after off. Where should I go? Don't worry, I'll take care of that. You will? I'm going with you for this long weekend vacation. What about Max West? That's not this weekend. Forget about it for now. Hey. Hey, okay. But I can't do it tomorrow. How about starting Friday? Still a long weekend getaway, right? Alright. Oh, I'm so excited. Wow, Aqua. You're like a different person. Really? Sorry. Don't be. Okay, it's settled then. I need to go home now and prepare for our getaway. I like how she does that whole determined, look at determination. Like, basically where she kind of like puffs up and just like, all right, we're gonna do this. Prepare for our getaway. I'll come with you. To my apartment? No, we'll walk together to the bus stop. Just like last time. Oh. Okay then. Everyone, see you next week, okay? Have fun. Take care out there. May you find joy during your vacation. Okay, see you folks later. Yeah, Aqua's an absolute sweetheart. You know, you can tell, like, her and, I want to say, I think her and Myrtle's story, I don't know if I would consider it my second favorite after Bailey's and Lua's, because I do like the whole quest line for Rachel as well. It's not really a quest line, because all this stuff happens along the way, you know, regardless, but I don't know, Gala, his stuff is, like, you know, definitely, like, one of my favorites, too. I mean, all of them are, like, so awesome, like, so well done. Vacation, huh? You definitely need one, Freya. I know, but not now. I've got to finish this draft first. As we've said before, you can do it, Miss Freya. Thanks, Neil. Anyway, are you going to close anytime soon? Depends. Why? I'm in the mood for some writing. And please, take your time. You sure? Do you want another drink to be going on with? Still in the house. I definitely won't say no. But honestly, I wouldn't actually mind this being a TV show. Also, I definitely love to see this like be like a cartoon. I mean, it probably like, you know, would be odd. Like, it'll be like so much talking. Because the whole thing with this, like a lot of the game, of course, the gameplay itself is just the words, like, you know, the text and everything. So probably it'd be like a little bit tricky to maybe to translate that into a TV show, because it has like pacing here where you can kind of pace it yourself. And a cartoon or TV show, whatever the case, it'll probably be like trickier to do that because it'll all be run at its own pace and everything. So a lot might be like left out of context or what, like left out, who knows. But and also like just seeing like basically, you know, a lot of this is basically, you know, you're hearing their stories so compared to watching their stories fully in a TV show. That would probably like also make it like maybe less appealing. I don't know. Plus, like, this game, like, you know, the way it's designed is that you kind of, like, it gives you that identity where you feel like you're actually there talking to them because you're the barista. That obviously wouldn't be the case because you'd be just like a bystander yourself. Like, if they had a show where they had, like, another barista that was talking to them. So, probably best if maybe this actually stayed in game format. But I was saying, like, maybe, like, a show would be pretty cool. Whatever the case. I forgot to say speak the date there. Darn it. Thankfully, it's right here. Friday, October 2nd, 2020. The Evening Whispers is with the people for stricter gun laws. New Healthier Fury said that it might be available sooner. Action video game Rising Hell blamed for violence in school. And I wonder if Rising Hell, I wonder if that's actually supposed to be like a reference to Doom, maybe? Welcome. There's our boy. Good evening, Mr. Bailey's. Evening. Am I the first customer tonight? You are. That's new. Freya's not here? She said she's coming later tonight. Got something to do with meeting some fellow writer friends. Why not do it here? It's her favorite place, right? Her friends have visited this place from time to time, just not as much as her. Writers gathering, huh? I wonder what writers gotta talk about when they're hanging out. I've known them for some years now. She has this habit, you know? She said they're friends. It means they're just hanging out normally. But if she said they were writer friends, they're probably talking about work. Either giving each other feedback on their latest drafts or sharing and validating ideas. Interesting. They even use code words for meeting up. Oh, it's not like that. She doesn't even realize that's what she says. I just picked up on it. That's even more interesting. Are you always so observant? It's part of the job. Why's that? People come here every day. Some of them aren't as talkative as others, but their body language can be loud and clear. They can tell you a lot of things, where they need a friendly ear or just want to be alone. It applies to what they're ordering as well. Because, you know, sometimes what people want is not what they need. It's deeper than I would have thought. So what are you reading from me now? I won't say. Why? That would break the charm. The hell was that? I guess I can say this much. Whatever I say or do to our customers, I've always related to what I'm getting from their body language. Was that right? Okay. Including our interaction now. Man. Now I see why you didn't want to share. Even that was enough to make me feel like I'm naked in front of you. By the way, I haven't ordered anything. What are you having tonight? Hot chocolate with ginger and cinnamon. I heard that's a good drink for a bitter heart. So you want a bitter heart. Chocolate, ginger, and cinnamon. Gotcha. It's got like a little bit of sweetness or average sweetness and extra bitterness. Yeah, this is another one of the specialty drinks. Here you go. You're a pretty romantic person, huh? Spending extra time decorating this drink. Only for special people and special drinks. Tim Asmare, tell me about yourself. What do you want to know? Anything. How old are you? Old enough to open a coffee shop. Oh man. I guess I should say sorry for asking that. It's alright. That's the only answer I can give. Now you're making me wonder what I should ask next. Yeah, I remember this. She looks like absolute shit here. Hello, everyone. Why are you both looking at me like that? Freya, you look horrible. No, I don't. Yeah, you do. No, I don't. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to echo our dear barista. Yeah, you do. What happened? You're better. You'd be better asking what didn't happen, because the answer would be proper sleep and decent progress on my draft. You need to rest. And miss my deadline? Hell no. Sorry, Baileys. I won't be able to keep you company, because I have to finish this thing. And for that, I need a whole hell lot of espresso. Are you sure about that? You really should just rest. Get something to help you sleep. Espresso. Please. Yeah, that's not happening. Milk, cinnamon, and honey. You're getting a bed chamber. Here you go. What the hell, dude? This isn't even coffee. Drink. But this isn't what? Drink. Okay. It's on the house. Better be. Ugh. How's the meeting? It was pretty good. Got a lot of good advice, but that also means things. And not a small number of them, mind you. Need to be rewritten. Oh. It's not that bad. Rewriting is part of the process. It's just that... I'm going to my usual corner. Although, thanks to your drink, I'm not sure whether I'll be able to stay awake or not. She looks horrible. She does. But don't worry about her. She'll finish it. This isn't the first time she's acted like this? No. But this time, the stakes are pretty high. So... what brings you here today? I'm not even sure myself. I had no plan tonight, and this place just came to mind. Out of the blue. I have to think you're subconscious then. Guess you should. Here we go. Not sure whether I should think it or not, though. Hi, Lua. Hi, Baileys. How? You first. No, you first. I was just gonna ask, how are you doing? I'm fine, thanks. How about you? I'm good, yeah. I think I need to order something first. Oh, of course. Go ahead. Hi, Mass Mayor. What are you having this evening, Miss Lua? Gingerbread coffee, please. Now, how do I make that one again? I have to keep on consulting the brew pad. Or it'll be an alphabetical order, so in the G's. Coffee, ginger, and I should have known. It literally gave it right to me. Coffee, ginger, and cinnamon. All right. Let's see, ginger and cinnamon, and done. And actually, that looks really good. I'm not really the biggest gingerbread fan, but yeah, here it is. Thank you. My grandma used to make this drink for me. Reminds me so much of her. Reminds me of when I was growing up with my family. How's work? It's going pretty okay. You? I'm not taking any new jobs on at the moment. Because, well, you know. Yeah, I get it. You have enough in your savings, right? That's a very Lua thing to ask. But yeah, I do. Thanks to that last annoying job. It went well in the end? It kinda did. They paid me on time at least. The pay was amazing. How long are you planning to take a break for? I don't know. Till my problems are settled, I guess. And what problems are those? I'll tell you this, but don't tell anyone, okay? Not even Mass Mayor who's standing in front of us. Hey, I mean, I'm just here. Not even Mass Mayor. Okay. So there's this girl. I love her. We've been going out for a few years, but I'm not really sure where we stand now. How can you not be sure? We had an argument about a week ago. It wasn't anything new. Somehow, things escalated uncontrollably. Why is that? I assume both of us were just tired, knowing that we were fighting against centuries of tradition. We haven't really talked since our last fight. Leaving things unresolved is not a good idea. But I can't bring myself to start the conversation. Why? Even I'm not sure about that. Pride, maybe? or tiredness, or knowing that chances are we won't be able to find the best solution for everyone anyway. Bailey's, I have a question. Go ahead. What do you think she's feeling right now? To be honest, I don't know. She's not like me, that's for sure. Thankfully. Why? At least I won't affect her professional life that much. I'm glad I'm a freelancer. It means I can just take a break from work without so many problems. I'm not as professional as her, you see. I think you're wrong. Really? If I were her, I would find it difficult to live life as usual, but I put on a lot of masks. Just to hide the feelings I was going through. It sounds difficult and uncomfortable. It is. But a friend told me once, you gotta do what you gotta do. He must be a pretty cool guy. He is. Makeup already. What's next for us, Baileys? I don't know, Lua. I met some new people this week, including that supermodel. You knew? That girl in the corner told me. Yeah, including that supermodel. How does that make you feel? Like a fool. What? He said a lot of things that I've been trying to avoid thinking about. A lot of truths. He's a bit like you know, attitude-wise. You get along with him. Doubt it. Opposites attract, but similarity breeds contempt. Ever heard that before? A lot. From a certain hipster elf. And after listening to that guy, what's your stance on, us? I just noticed that her phone has little horns on it. I'd never picked up on that before. I'm not sure, Baileys. What about you, yourself? Had any similar experiences this week? I have, in fact. You met a vampire, and I met a werewolf. What are the odds? What are the odds, indeed? What did your werewolf say? Not much, to be honest. But he made a good point about the importance of family. Baileys, I know I've been stubborn about you wanting to make peace with my family, and I know why that's important, very important for you. But Freya said something that kind of hit me hard. What was it? I was just using you as an excuse to escape my family, when I actually wanted to do that anyway, for myself. You know me, Baileys. I do. And you know how I feel uncomfortable with people leaving their families, which makes me an asshole, I guess. I get why you think that way, Lua. Blood is thicker than water. What should we do? Lua? Yes, Baileys? Please let me leave my family. I'll try to get your family to accept me. It sounds like an easier thing to do after all. But you'll lose your immortality. You'll be an outcast among other elves. An outcast from a bunch of overly pretentious people sounds great. You'll live a long time, but you won't have the perfect health and perfect life that's the elven privilege. But it's not a perfect life without you. What if our relationship doesn't last? You have lost everything. You'll blame me. Lua, I will never blame you for anything. If we're talking about who I used to be, that guy would never blame himself. 100 reasons for why something failed, but never had anything to do with him. But that won't happen with us. You know why? Because I've learned so many things by being with you for 10 years. It made me a better person. So you don't need to worry about any of that. Because right now, you're the most important part of my life. I don't need an immortal life. Because without you, it won't be a life worth living. This, as a reminder, guys, is why I like this guy so much. He's based on my favorite character. Baileys. I believe in you. And booyah. Lua. Baileys. I feel like we're living in a soap opera. Seems so. So what's our plan? Tomorrow's Saturday. Are we going on a date? I'm going to my parents' place. Oh. And I want you to come with me. What? That's so sudden. Did you already have plans for tomorrow? Well, no. It's just, I'm not prepared to meet them. It'll be fine. You don't want to tell them about this first? It'll be alright. Well, they never forbade you for dating other races? They're not big fans of elves, and that much is true. But you can prove them wrong. Okay, this could be a good first step. It is. It's set then. I don't know what'll happen tomorrow, but we can think about it. Anything else later. I'm with you on that. So, does that mean you don't mind me? I have my doubts, but I'm not sure. But now I'm sure I can trust you. Lua, thank you. Are you still staying at Farron's house? Yeah. You're staying with me tonight. Woohoo! Huh? What about your roommate? She's away for the weekend. Taking a long weekend getaway until Sunday night. Faye's on our side, it seems. Hey, Mass Mayor. Yes? We're leaving. Thank you so much for keeping up with us this past week. The pleasure was mine. It's about to be theirs. We're off then. You're about to get off, and that's 2 for 1. God dang it. See you. Thank you for coming. You're about to. 3 for 1. That's a god dang it. Oh my god, how many more in windows are we about to have here? That was pretty intense. It's about... Let me stop. Oh, you're back in real world? I just pretend not to notice. They're like one of the main reasons why I'm writing this story. I mean, that's the thing, when you really think about, like, their story, like, you know, it's basically like the first one you really get in this game, and it seems, to me, it's the first one that gets resolved. So that's the thing. I mean, a lot of, like, stuff I've seen on this game, usually, if it's not Freya, it's usually stuff I see, like, you know, it's Lua and Bailey. It's, like, on a lot of promotional stuff, I think. They're, like, one of the main reasons why I'm writing the story, so I have to see their struggle through to the end. It's important for the writing, you know. That's cold. What? It's not like that. It's just that... Yeah, that was cold. I'm sorry. You look better than before, though. For now. I can't tell you how I feel until it's done. And I don't... Oh, this. Yeah! Okay, I got this. I'm not gonna like, you know, read that. Whoa. Freya, get over here. This wolf. Is that him? I think so. Welcome, sir. Are you crazy? You can't treat a werewolf in a fury like a normal customer. Trust me. He must have his reasons for coming here. You can relax, sir. Do you need anything? Something to calm you down, maybe? There you go. Here's your... All in one gulp, also. What the hell? Is that really him? After seeing the reaction to the drink, 100%. Well, whoever he is... This place survived. Thankfully, yes. But I think I need to close up shop early. Don't want to cause any more ruckus. I need to clean up some of the mess anyway. Good idea. Can you get back all right by yourself? I'll manage. Take care on your way back. You be careful too. See you tomorrow. See ya. Right. Weird Stein Company criticized for unfair depictions of werewolf in their latest box office hit. Coachella 2020 do's and don'ts. Atlantic ambassador in talks with Fire regarding immigration. Welcome. Hey, Massmere. Good evening, Freya. You look very cheerful today. And it's all thanks to you. What'd I do? Hey, let me see. Exactly what chapter are we on? Okay, we're on day 12, so we got like just a couple more days after this. We're on the last 3 days. Really? I finally got a good night's sleep last night. Like, I slept like a log. Proper 12 hours, I closed my eyes and not thinking about anything. Good for you. You really needed that. I know. But I had the deadline coming. And I've been pushing myself to finish this draft. A bit too much, I guess. So how's it going now? You won't believe this. Probably will. But when I woke up this afternoon, the words just flowed through me like water. And not forced crap like I've been writing recently. And that's why taking a break is important. Yeah. You don't need to start lecturing me now. So what's your plan now? Now as in right this moment, I'm planning to go to the bathroom and wash my face. And after that, I'll continue writing. Sounds like a solid plan. You know where the restroom is. Okay, I need something to drink now. Freya, you're unemployed. Don't waste your money on coffee shop drinks. That is so weird. Coming from the coffee shop owner. I know. You've been a regular for years. If you only need the vibes of this place, just right here. No, I can't do that. Don't have any customers tonight. What would I do if this place just went bankrupt? It won't happen. How can you be so sure? Just take this tap water and go to your work, okay? But... See, there's a customer coming right now. So don't you worry about me. Oh. Hi, Gala. What's wrong? I know you're a man of few words, but this is maybe pushing it a bit. Freya, Mass Mayor, I'm truly very sorry for what happened yesterday. Gala. Hey, it's alright. No one got hurt, right? And the coffee shop's fine. Don't think about it too much, Gala. Like Freya said, no casualties, no problems with the coffee shop. I still need to redeem myself for the mess I made and the scare I gave you. I'm sure there's something I can do. Why don't you buy something for the lady here? I'm sure she'll appreciate it. Hey, what do you mean? Do you want anything to drink, Freya? No! It's alright, Gala. I insist. You don't have to. Please accept it. At least it'll help me stop feeling so guilty. At least a little. Alright. I wouldn't mind a coffee, not an espresso, mind you. Something with a little less of a kick. You know how to make sugar and spice? Going with cinnamon? Yes. A cup of sugar and spice, please. Let's confirm it. Coffee, honey, and that's what I thought it was. Literally said it to me. Coffee, there's the sugar, and there's the spice. Sugar and spices for the lady with the vices. Hey! Oh, well, I won't complain. Thank you, Gala. Don't mention it. Mass Mayor, are you sure there's nothing I can do for you? You don't have to do anything, Gala. It's fine. But to be honest, I'm curious. What happened yesterday? Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, you usually stay indoors during the full moon, don't you? I usually do. But there was an emergency at the hospital yesterday. What kind of emergency? The hospital was really packed yesterday, after that announcement. The one saying the replacement government-issued furious sedative would be available soon. Releasing that news on the day of the full moon was just... stupid. So many restless werewolves came, asking about the sedative, which isn't ready yet. But the announcement said it wasn't ready. It's just that it was coming soon. You think people read the whole article? They only saw the headline, or glanced at it at the news stall. Then they went straight to the hospital. I don't blame them though. Finding out that the only publicly available sedative is dangerous. It's difficult for some people. I ended up having to explain it to dozens of werewolves. I even had to put some rogue werewolves in the isolation rooms. It was that bad, huh? Yeah, to the point that we ran out of rooms to put them in. That's why at the end of my shift, I left immediately. Normally, I'd have asked a friend to lock me in one of our isolation rooms, of course. But I couldn't, so I rushed right back to my apartment. But it was too late. Thankfully, I was in this area. And I managed to force myself to come to your place. Gala, excuse me for asking this. Yes? But then you didn't hurt anyone on the way here, right? As far as I remember, no. I didn't see any blood on my clothes. It's good to hear. This might sound overly confident, considering what happened yesterday, but I have enough control to make sure I don't hurt anyone. As long as I have something to direct my fury towards. Usually, I end up destroying stuff around me, or worst case, hurting myself. Despite all of that, I'm still glad no one got hurt. Always looking for the positive side, aren't you? Just doing my job. Thanks, both of you. I really mean it. But please, if there's anything I can do to pay if there's anything I can do to help, please don't hesitate to ask me right away. Will do. In the meantime, can I order a drink? Sure, what are you having? Same as yesterday. Let's keep that under control. Alright, there's another Galahad. Here's your special brew. Thank you. The drink that saved me. Once again, thank you for helping me find this drink. By the way, Gala, now that you can be 100% sure that the drink is your natural sedative, why don't you put some in a bottle and carry it with you everywhere? That's the plan. It has to be warm, though. I can use a vacuum flask, I suppose. I'll give it a try next full moon. Don't worry, Freya. I'm going to stay at my place for the next full moon. I'm not taking any risks. Before I can make sure how effective that remedy is. Phew. What the? But Rachel? What's going on? What else? Your father? Of course. What the hell was he thinking? Coming backstage at Coachella? Just to get into an argument with my manager. Huh? Before we continue, Mass Mayor, a cafe latte, please. Cafe latte. Pretty sure this one's like milk, is it? Yeah, coffee, milk, and milk. Okay, right. Coming right up. Of course, there'd be like a lot of milk in it. I ain't gonna try to make no art on because I suck at it. Cafe latte's ready. Thanks. How did he manage to get backstage? He told security he was my father. And he messaged me about coming beforehand. Said he was just gonna wish me luck. So I told him to let him in, of course. He's still my father. Things were nice at first. Then my manager came. And I don't know why he hates him so much. Showbiz. I'm sure nothing to know what's good or bad for me. What happened after that? Mr. Lester told the security guards to kick him out. He's still allowed in the festival area. Saw him in the crowds. Did the concert go well at least? Oh yeah. Other than the arguments backstage, everything was great. I was the first one to play on the main stage. Usually no one pays much attention to whoever's on first, but there were thousands of people in the audience during my session. Nice. So you don't need to be at the event anymore after this? Not really. I did my stage time. Then there was this press conference after my show. After show press conference? Yeah, the pre-show was done yesterday. Today was a small one. There were almost a dozen journalists who wanted to interview me, so we decided to just do a mini conference. Good for you. You're totally back in the game, huh? Yes, I am. Thanks to Mr. Lester. I would say it's because of you, but your manager's probably worked some of his influence too. So why are you here? Ugh, because of Dad, of course. I told him to come here this evening. We really need to set things straight. He needs to stop messing with my manager so much, and because this evening is the only time we can meet. I can't go to the party Mr. Lester is hosting. What party? He's hosting a party for the VIPs and RSD managers at a club in Belltown. Is it okay for you to go to the party without a guardian? I'm 18, remember? I'm an adult. Yeah, but you can only enter some clubs if you're 21. Not this time. Because Mr. Lester's my manager and it's his party. Not sure about that. It's true. No, I know you can do that by using his name, but I don't think he should do that with you. Why? I'm an adult. No, you're not, Rachel. Have you ever been to one of Lester's parties? Well, no. You have? Not personally. I've heard stories. What stories? He knows how to party. That's good then. That's not necessarily a good thing. Knowing how to party might mean something else entirely. I don't know what you're talking about. You'll find out, especially if you keep Lester on as your manager. Personally, I don't mind wild parties, but inviting an underage person to his party, that might be a bit too far. Well, huh? Meow. What the hell? Oh no, Dad. What? Rachel, is that Mr. Hendry? Yes. Dad, what happened? Master Mayor, can you get a couple milk for him, please? Just milk? Just milk. Ow. I got you. Done. Here. Thank you. Dad, please hold on. Can somebody help me call an ambulance, please? They're on the way. I've contacted the hospital. Thank you. I've also contacted our Nekomimi expert personally. She's off shift right now, but she's also on the way. Thank you so much. I don't know what might have happened without your help. Don't mention it. Here they come. I'll go with you. Okay. Oh boy. That was really something, huh? Yeah. 2 days in a row. An emergency at your place. At least some people think of your place as their go-to when they need help. You're right. It's not every day you look at things from the bright side. Well, I'm one of your coffee shop disciples, right? So I kinda understand them. I hope Hendry's alright. Me too. At least he's in good hands now. What's your plan for the rest of the night? Well, that was all pretty hectic, but I need to continue writing. Take your time and place then. Will do. So now October 4th, 2020. Alright, police raided on private Coachella after party as biggest drug and sex-related bust of the year. See? And that right there kind of like tells you that Freya was saying something, also what Hendry was talking about. You kind of like just pick up on it. That's the thing, the way this game works, you read the headlines, it tells you things. Police raid on private Coachella after party. Rachel could have been there. Fight broke out during Coachella. Culprits in police custody. Despite their arrest, Coachella will go on. So fight broke out at Coachella. Culprits are in police custody. So basically, Lester's men got arrested. Welcome. Hey, Pop. Good evening, everyone. Everyone safe and sound tonight? So far, so good, officer. With the cops supposed to be watching this area hanging out in a coffee shop, I'm not so sure about that. Hey, I'm working right now. I just love multitasking, you know? Requires skill. Taking a break and working at the same time, you mean? You know it. That's an oxymoron. That's why I said it requires skill. Anyways, Massmere, I really need espresso to keep me awake tonight. Coming right up. Triple shot espresso. Done and done. Interject espresso to keep our officer up right on patrol. Heh, you and your sense of humor. The espressos are always out of this world. Definitely better than mine or my wife's. Don't tell your wife that. It's not a competition, officer. It's for her. She thought if she could make a better one, I'd stop coming to this place so often. Right now, I just want to keep on making better ones just to spite her now. That's not funny. I think I actually make a pretty, you know, bitchin' cup of espresso. It's not happening anytime soon. Case rested. So anything special today? Surprisingly, no. Gotta make sure this place is safe, though. What are you grinning about? I mean it. You were here the last 2 days, right? Yes, I was. Some crazy things happened here. And 2 days in a row. As if the gods were trying to give me first-hand experience. Using my story. Still fretting over your story, huh? Well, the deadline for my draft is getting nearer. Oh, yeah. How's it going? Quantity-wise, shaping up pretty well. Quality-wise, honestly, I'm pretty confident. Best of luck, then. Do you have any updates about the last 2 days of chaos? For the werewolf case, spoke to Gala about it. What? Are you going to arrest him? Some officers at the precinct were talking about it, but in the end, we agreed not to do it, because he really helped a lot that night. We asked the folks in the hospital, and some other people in the area. Without him, we'd have a lot more problems. He helped a lot, getting most of the werewolves safe in the hospital. Too bad he couldn't lock himself up in time. And that's the thing about Gala, it kind of like just shows how much of a sweetheart he is, like how much of a big teddy bear or big puppy dog he is. He basically put himself at risk to make sure that all these others, whatever, didn't actually get hurt. Thankfully, he didn't hurt anyone. So those who'd rather detain him can't do anything anyway. Phew. Pretty mad at you if they did arrest him. Hey, being mad at me wouldn't solve anything. I know. What about Rachel's dad? Any idea what happened? Not too sure myself. Most of it didn't happen around here. What? Yeah, it seemed like it happened out near Coachella. That's a long way away. I mean, it's not actually that far, but he wouldn't be able to walk it. Not in that state. So far, that's all I know. Rachel. Rachel, is Mr. Hendry alright? Before that, can I have a cup of hot chocolate, dark? Please ask 3 shots of just pure chocolate powder. Done and done. Your hot chocolate's ready. Thank you. Dad's gonna be fine. He woke up this afternoon, thanks to Mr. Gala. He got help fast enough to stop things getting worse. He's doing okay then? It'll take a few days before he fully recovers, but no permanent injuries we need to worry about. That's good to hear. I know. But still, it's all because of me. Because I didn't listen to him. When all he wanted to do was protect me. Rachel, don't blame yourself for this. Please don't take offense. But it's okay for you to leave your father alone in the hospital? His friends are there at the moment. I can't face being stuck in a room with a bunch of people I don't even know right now. Besides, I really need to get away for a bit. So I told Dad I'm going to visit Coffee Talk to get some fresh air. He's okay with that? He understands. He always does, I guess. Miss Rachel, what really happened last night? Dad got into a fight with some thugs. You heard them talking about me. In some very suggestive, perverted ways. Oh. He didn't like that, of course. So he morphed into his cat form. Started a fight with the thugs. Like, I don't know if they actually were Lester's people, but when you think about like all the shady stuff that has been said about Lester and the whole drug bust at the after party and everything, makes you really kind of think that these people were probably like someone not really too reputable, and probably like, you know, well, I mean, obviously not reputable, but probably like definitely aligned with Lester too when you think about him not being too reputable. Started a fight with the thugs. Why did he morph? So people wouldn't see what his human form looked like, and link him directly to me. Some cops went to the crime scene. They found some eyewitnesses to testify, and they managed to find the thugs. Are they fans of yours? No. It's even worse. Okay, yeah, that's right. She did say they confirmed they work for Lester. I forgot about that. What? Oh boy. The reason why it didn't take for long for the cops to find them was because they were already under arrest. Because the party went too far last night. Whoa. How did it all connect up? They're Mr. Lester's bodyguards. They were chilling after the show, having a pre-party before the big one. And you know about guys and locker room talk, right? Yeah. Well, that's what they were doing. That was topic of discussion. So basically, you guys kind of probably see where this is going, and why it's really good that Rachel did not go to that party. So in a lot of ways, her fighting with her father actually is what saved her, because she basically left from there to come here and to meet her father here and everything. And if it wasn't for that, she probably would have went on to the party. So there's that. Sorry to hear that. And you were right about his party. And I'm glad I wasn't there. Once again, I owe Dad for... Hey, it's okay. The most important thing right now is that you're safe, and your dad made it through. I should have listened to him. He might be out of touch, but he's still way more experienced than me. The issue there is that obviously you realize in the end her father definitely knew what he was talking about, but he was definitely being overbearing in how he went about it and everything. And he's my father. I wish Mom was here. She'd know what to do. She'd know what to do, say to Dad when he's recovered. You know what? I'm sure you'll know what to do. You're an adult, remember? But I don't know. All I know is I have to be there for him when... That's it. That's all you have to do. It might be weird to hear about something coming from Freya, but she is right. But then, be there when he needs you, Rachel. And whenever you need a breath of fresh air, you can come and relax for a while. Guys, thank you. I've had enough fresh air for one day. I'll go back to the hospital now. Thanks for the updates, Miss Rachel. I wish your father a speedy recovery. Thank you, Massmare. I believe that's the resolution of Rachel's storyline there. Man, what a weekend. Pretty crazy, I know. Anyway, I've got to continue my patrol. It's been a pretty weird weekend. But overall, things are still safe around here. But even with that, never let your guard down, okay? No problem, officer. Thank you for checking up on us, Officer Georgie. Okay then, see ya. Are you gonna leave as well, Freya? I don't think so. I've had enough rest. I have stories to write. You're not tired? Definitely not. In fact, I think I can get it done today. Alright. Won't bother you then. Oh, you're never a bother. Besides, this whole book project would never have existed without this place. And you. So, thank you. Pleasure was mine. Now, I'm sure you shouldn't spend any more time on chit-chat. You got a book to finish. No problem, boss. Or 2 weeks later. More women have spoken out and claimed Morris Lester lied. Yep. Coachella Festival proves to be a major boost for Seattle tourism. Initial reports indicate possible herpes outbreak at Coachella. Hello. You're finally here. Hey, y'all. Hi, Freya. Yo. Hey. Someone's feeling happy today. Of course. Did they? They approved it. We're so happy for you. Congrats. Oh my. Do you know how happy I am? Judging from your expression, I'd say between ecstatically and rapturously. You're goddamn right. Oh my god, oh my god. How did they react to the draft? Surprisingly, they liked it. It's amazing. I know, right? I couldn't believe it either. They told me if the book sells well, they'll definitely sign me for a second book. I'm so happy for you. Anyway, whatever happens with the book now, I can take things a little slower, because they gave me a year to finish it. The feedback session every month. Sounds professional enough. Of course, they are the biggest publisher around. Enough about me. How's the coffee shop been doing? It's been great. I've had a lot of new customers lately. Some old timers, of course. Heard Hyde's back from his trip to Korea? Yeah. He bought us some gifts back. He didn't get any from me? Not sure, but he did say he always gives gifts directly. Gift giving in the old-fashioned way, huh? How about you? Things are great. Last time I saw you was before your mini break. Yes, we decided to go to Coachella. Wow. That event was a mess. Yeah, 3 hours at the festival was enough for us. So where did you go after that? We ended up in Port Townsend. How was it? I enjoyed it. Never knew a historical trip could be fun. But yeah, I saw your new profile picture, Aqua. You both look so cute. Oh man. Thanks. So they just kind of showed this. I didn't actually really go into this. So they, like, I did kind of show Toma to Chill last night. So each of the characters actually has like these little things you can build up along the way. And basically it has like this awesome pixel art, and it kind of tells you things about them, like their birthday, and everything. Like all this information. But yeah, you can kind of like go in here and see like all this stuff about them and learn more things. Like an example, you can see that Gala actually has like a lot of cats. So he's actually a cat, not an old cat lady, but an old cat dad. So it's kind of funny because he's a werewolf, but he's got cats. But yeah, another thing is that apparently, when you really look at like, this is kind of hard to scroll this. But apparently Luna actually does like, I think like the way it's kind of like says here, I believe that's French. So I think like Lua actually is like French. That's probably like her native language. Yeah, but she works at a trading company and everything, going to poetry readings and museums on the weekends. That's Bailey's little thing. But you can kind of like go in and just like look at this stuff. While I'm doing my life escaping bloodline, experiencing life one color at a time. One day I will have my own solo expedition. And there's Hyde right there. You can tell like the whole modeling thing with him. Yeah, and then there's their little thing or whatever. So you can kind of see where yeah, that's Myrtles and everything. That's then Rachel right there. And Neil's is weird, because, I mean, of course, he hasn't even filled out his profile. And there's the one with these two, and it's just absolutely adorable. Okay, so yeah, this thing, you know, because actually, you know, because they really specified that she's not like an octolate, she's actually a form of mermaid. Even though normally mermaids have fish tails, she's got like octopus appendages. So yeah, as you play through and like, you know, play through and do these or whatever, it actually updates their profile pictures as you kind of like get to know them and stuff. But yeah. Was that taken during your vacation? No, it was at Max. They had a Japanese style photo booth there, so I forced her to take a picture together. You were at Max too, Myrtle? Yeah. I helped her out a bit with the booth. Thank you. You don't have to keep thanking me. By the way, have any of you heard from Neil? No, not me. They did send 2 postcards to the coffee shop. Really? Yeah, one's from Coachella. That's not even that far away. Why send a postcard? Hard to tell with them. What about the second one? It's from New York. What? What are they doing in New York? Beats me. Working on their mission, maybe. Yeah, probably. They stand more of a chance there. Anyway, guys, we're leaving for the night. Oh, come on. So soon? We were here for hours before you arrived, and we need to work tomorrow. Fair enough. Take care on your way, then. Good luck with the novel. Thanks. See you, Massmere. See you around. They look happier than when I first met them. They do. So obviously, as you can kind of tell, the way it basically kind of went with Myrtle and Aqua is they're basically, you know, a couple, you know, now and all that. I mean, it was obvious. You know, you kind of tell even before I showed like the pictures and everything. But everything pretty much is showing that, I guess, by all things considered, you know, they're, it doesn't actually, they don't officially say it, but you can kind of tell that they're basically, you know, an item now. You know, and the thing about it is, I remember when I first played this, and they did, you know, to basically, you know, it resolved it, you know, with them being basically together. I just, like, you know, thought that they actually looked absolutely adorable together. I mean, the only ones it really doesn't confirm, because it kind of like hints there might be something with Gala and Hyde, maybe, but it's never really confirmed. Obviously, Lua and Bailey, their relationship is dead out there. So it's kind of like, you know, they have like different levels of it. You know, Lua and Bailey, it's obvious it's made very obvious they're in a relationship. Hyde and Gala, it hints that maybe something might be there. And while, like, you know, with Aqua and Myrtle, I mean, it's basically, it's not stated they're in a relationship, but it's pretty obvious. And as far as I know, I believe that Myrtle and Aqua, because that's the thing about it, I kind of like looked last night because I, you know, was kind of, because I already have, like, you know, Coffee Talk, you know, episode 2 down, like, you know, pre-ordered and set to install on my PS5. And it did show like some of the ones that were returning. So it showed Lua. So I'm guessing since Lua is going to be coming back, my guess is we're going to have Bailey. I mean, it showed Lua, but not Bailey in the screenshots. And it showed Myrtle, and I think it showed Aqua. And it showed Georgie. But I don't think I saw anything of Rachel. I'm hoping they bring Rachel back. It'd be awesome if they did. Because Rachel's such an awesome character. All of them are great characters. I'd like to see more Rachel. And I don't think I really saw anything of Gala or Hyde, but I'd like to see all. I'm hoping that maybe all of them would come back, and maybe they'll bring in some. And I know there's gonna be new characters, but I really would like to see all of them come back because I want to see how their story has continued since the first game. The main one that was odd went out. I saw nothing on Freya, but hopefully we'll see at least something of Freya. Maybe she'll make like a cameo if she's not actually fully in the game. I feel like they can't do like, you know, another game without having Freya in some way, at the very least, mentioned. So Freya, I think, is going to definitely be in some capacity. She's probably like the most popular character out of them. Because she's basically the mascot. Alright, they do. It's not easy to find someone you can be comfortable with in such a short amount of time. Yeah. Anyway. Sorry if it seems like I'm ignoring you, Baileys. No worries. I don't feel ignored at all. Are you by yourself tonight? No, I'm waiting for Lua. She has some work to do. This late at night? Yeah. She's been doing overtime for the past few days. How are you the two of you doing? Things have been great. Let me check something else real quick and just make sure. Alright, yeah, we're on the last day. Things have been great. In fact, after 10 years together, we're finally moving in together next month. Wow, congrats. But I thought Lua lived with her flatmate. We're moving to a new place. She got promoted recently, and her company's providing her with an apartment. While she must be a really big deal in her office, well, she definitely earns more than me. That's not saying much, Baileys. You shouldn't say that to a fellow freelancer. Oh, here she comes. Bayless, I am so sorry. I didn't expect it to take so long. I thought it would be done by... Honey. It's alright. Freya and Massmere have been keeping me company anyway. Oh, hey Freya. And Massmere. Sorry for barging in without saying hi. How's it going? I would say things are great, but not as great as you two lovebirds. You told her already? Only about the moving in part. As you've heard, we're going to move in together next month. It makes me wonder what else there is, because apparently, I think, like, it's going to explain what else there is. I can't remember if it's like, you know, we'll see. We're moving in together next month. Where is it? Not far. I mean, the company provided the place, so they want to cut my commuting costs as much as possible. That's thoughtful of them. I mean, it means they don't need to reimburse my taxi fees when I'm working overtime. Oh yeah, that too. It also means we get to visit this place more often. That's a good point. So see, that's obviously a very big hint there that they're gonna be, that obviously both of them are gonna be in the next game, because they said they can visit more often. We owe this coffee shop a lot anyway. Don't mention it. I mean, even though I feel like, you know, it's been like 3 years since this one came out, so like a few years, so maybe they didn't like really plan ahead like that. But it kind of makes sense that they can visit more. Obviously, they're gonna do a sequel if they actually kind of touch on that. So okay, we definitely need to bring back Bailey's and Lua. I have a question for both of you. Go on. Last time we met, I believe you were going to introduce Bailey's to your parents. How did it go? Man, her father didn't kill me, at least. Well, at least Papa let you eat lunch with us. That's rare, you know. I know. And at least they didn't say no, which means a lot, I guess. It was a good start. It was definitely a good start. Anyway, Bailey's, we need to go now, or we'll miss the intro again. You folks going somewhere? Yeah, we're going to watch the midnight screening of Full Metal Conflict. I didn't take you for someone who likes FMC, Lua. I don't, but this guy loves it. Hey, you always enjoyed watching me playing the game. I enjoyed watching you. You, not the game. Too bad I didn't introduce you to Myrtle just now, Bailey's. She worked on the game. Really? Well, I'll be visiting this place more often. I'll probably meet her again one of these days. And I really would like to actually see like an interaction between her and like Myrtle and Bailey, since they're both FMC. She's working on it and he loves it or whatever. I just see him nerding out over it. You probably will. Now go, you lovebirds. You don't want to miss the movie. Alright. Catch up with you later, Freya. Bye, Massmare. Enjoy the movie. There they go. I'm so happy for them. They still got a long way to go, and probably a lot of obstacles in their path. But they're moving forward. Yes. How will you write their story? As it is, it's beautiful enough. And it has enough drama. It's one way to put it. By the way, I haven't seen your final draft. May I read it? Sure. I bought an extra copy. Let's see. The main character is a time traveler? Subtly. I mentioned it just enough to raise suspicion. Where did you get the inspiration for the character? You know the answer. Why would I? Either you're smart enough to get what I mean, or you already know what my answer is. Ooh. Okay, yeah, this is the, I think we got, like, the secret ending here. Don't think about it too much. It's only a story. Anyway. What's that look for? You haven't told me about any of our other friends here. How are they doing? You only skipped coming in for 10 days. What do you expect? Come on, they played an important part in my writing process, remember? Well, there are some updates about the regulars. Tell me. Where should we start? So yeah, I think that was like a little bit of another hint at the other ending and everything. And maybe that's what I am. Maybe I am a time traveler. I don't know. Lua visits the place more often now that they live nearby. The last time they came, they were talking about catering and venues. Hyde returned from his trip to Korea and bought gifts. Some are more special than others. He said he's considering moving back to Seattle if his agency allows it. So we may see more Hyde, hopefully. Aqua continues her work with the university. She's still working on small indie games. The difference is she's not alone now. Neil. The only news about their superhero breeding mission are the 2 postcards they sent me. Rachel's back at the recording studio preparing for her first solo album. She found a new manager, someone who made the news as a legend coming back to the industry. So yeah, her dad became her manager. And finally, Freya, she finished her book. It got published and had some signing sessions. It was a massive success, sold out even after the 4 printings, and might be adapted to a movie. She's working on her second novel. Oops. Yeah, I didn't really want to skip that or whatever, but I want to see this because there should be the post. This should hopefully be the proper ending now. Here we go. Yeah, so I've been waiting on this. So she found out, huh? Got it. Clever as usual. And with this also, I got my platinum trophy for it. Clever as usual. In some timelines, yeah. But I have to ask you this. Why? Why what? Why do all this? Opening the cafe, connecting people. I just like to make sure things go all right. Besides, yes? I also have to make sure that I'll exist on Earth. Ha! That's one hell of an important task indeed. It is. So that really didn't tell me like a whole lot. I mean, it was different and everything, basically, because for clarification, for those who may not have caught it, that was Neil I just saw right there. I went on and basically stated that because in the first ending, you find out it's Neil, but in this one, obviously, I guess since you played through the game already, they don't tell you that's Neil. But yeah, that was Neil in a new identity. Previously, he basically brought up like the FIRE agent and everything. But yeah, that was Neil, just different identity. It still didn't really give me a whole lot of context on things. Like I mean, the way it basically is explaining is that I guess the barista is some form of time traveler. I might have to actually look up some theories on this or whatever, kind of like give it like a better explanation. But that was the actual, I guess, true ending of the game. And with that, you know, obviously the completion of Coffee Talk and all that, definitely can't wait for, you know, the new game, like the second game to release day after tomorrow. I'm gonna be on that for you guys as well. How we're not quite done yet. I'm gonna show you guys like basically something I really want to do here, because so we got like 14 pages of these things. So I'm gonna just kind of go through them. There's like 80 of these. So we're just gonna skim through. This is like obviously if I think like some stuff from the opening. And there's Aqua right there. As you can see, like the whole tentacles thing. I don't know if I can't remember if it actually is gonna show her like fully. Oh yeah, there it is. So this is actually what Aqua. Again, you know, she's basically from the waist down. She's like you know, an actual octopus, but she's technically a mermaid. And all this is from their Tomodachi or whatever, Tomodachi things as it updates throughout the game. So normally you'd have like, I think like this, and then you get like, you know, that. But I mean, Bailey's only got one. And this one is what I absolutely love of Freya. Basically where she's just sitting on the roof, you know, with I guess the espresso, her hair blowing back in the wind or something. And this one is obviously like a beautiful piece of art for her as well. And there's Gala. And there's, of course, Mr. Hendry and Rachel as a kid. Hyde. Georgie. And here's, you know, probably like one of my definite favorites of Lua. Alright, and this is like for Myrtle. Okay, and that's Rachel's actual group right there. I don't know if all of them were supposed to be cat girls. I think it was implied. Yeah, I guess it is, because like the one on the left's also got cat ears. But you can't really see it on the other two. And that's like, you know, of course, the ending. Alright, and yeah, and see, there's like some promotional stuff like for Lua. Sketches, I guess is, I don't know, like, is that like what this is supposed to be for or whatever. But you see, like, a lot of this stuff basically like pertains to Lua. So I think like she might have actually been like possibly like one of the possibility like of a main character before Freya. Cause you see like so much focus on Lua here. So there's like, you know, this another one of my favorite bits of like, you know, artwork, you know, of her and Bailey's right there. And that's, you know, the character sprites. Some of them I think like, you know, were designed to be like different. Cause you like specifically, you know, you look at the one right there for Aqua. You don't really see her like, you know, to look that confident and everything. Rachel's obviously is very different, you know, cause she ended up having like black hair. In my things, when you look at the expression right there for the one, you know, the one next to Mr. Hendry, that obviously is supposed to be Hyde, cause it's the same like, you know, I guess sophisticated, you know, look with the hands and everything. And honestly, I wouldn't have minded like, you know, seeing Hyde look like this, cause I mean, but I guess they kind of like want to veer away from the whole traditional hair slick back vampire look. Hilariously about this, I keep on talking, like I've talked about the book that I'm writing, and one of the villains in my book, Dimitri, he's a vampire. And he actually, this guy looks almost kind of like Dimitri, because Dimitri has his hair gelled back and everything, or slicked back. And obviously it's Georgie, Neil, and I don't know who the girl down there is supposed to be. I think she could end up being like a unused character. Here's all of them, of course, like, you know, side by side. Which God knows if it would have been like, you know, something like this, like all of them on the screen at the same time, I mean, Hendry's not there. That would have been like, you know, hellacious to manage like this many people on the screen. There's another one for Aqua. This guy, I think that I've seen someone that looks kind of like, I guess that's, honestly, I think this was originally supposed to be Bailey's. I mean, I'm kind of glad they updated his look. And I've seen like some stuff for like, you know, Coffee Talk 2 where someone that looks similar to this, who's got like these big ears and he's like blonde, he's got blonde hair. And I guess like some of these are supposed to be like Lua, Freya, looks like probably Myrtle right there. And that's Freya, and I guess, don't know who that one was supposed to be. And that's like a sketch, you know, thing for like all her different expressions. Gala, I guess like, because this one, I think of like all the different looks they probably could have went with Gala here. Honestly. And like, you know, I definitely am trying to think like who, you know, could we actually, which look could we went with. And I really like, you know, the look, because you have like his main sprite right there. I really like that one of him on the left, you know, one with the glasses on. It definitely kind of has like that cool uncle look to him. Like maybe he'd be like the kind, like pretty much, you know, you have like the protagonist of a novel. They'd be wanting to get into mischief, and like, and their parents would be like really stoic, be really stuck up. Then you have that uncle that will show up there, like, you know, give them like some kind of really awesome gift that starts them on their main journey or something like that. Yeah, and then Hyde. Honestly, I personally... Now, Hyde, I really would have liked the upper left. I just feel like, I mean, it kind of makes him look a little bit, you know, puckish, like, you know, mischievous and everything. But I kind of like, you know, the top left, but also the bottom right, I think would have been cool as well. Because he has, like, the whole slick back thing, but his hair is longer. But I don't know, this one right here kind of makes him look, you know... This definitely probably maybe could have fit Hyde, but he definitely didn't like you would have been model material. Like the one here, the one all the way in lower right, I think of like, you know, even though Hyde like was a model, that bottom right one or whatever definitely would have fit like the whole model concept. This Georgie, this could have been Lua maybe, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it is, because you look right here. Because again, like you've seen like the ones that have like, seem like they have the most art are Lua and Freya. It's Myrtle, of course, Neil. More things for, I guess, like what was possibly the original design of Rachel. And I'm kind of glad they went with this one. She looked awesome before, but I definitely like, you know, the look here. Still don't know who the heck that is. And of course, that's Transformed Gala. And I guess this is a rough draft of how the game was going to originally look. Yeah, and honestly, it looked okay right here. But I mean, obviously, they definitely did like a lot better with it, you know, as they continue to develop it. And definitely like probably like a very old school, you know, probably like, you know, a rough draft of Freya. So yeah, it's just really awesome seeing like how far this game came and everything, you know, and this has me really, you know, excited like to see like what, you know, kind of artwork they're gonna have for like, you know, episode 2. And then there's the comic right here, which is absolutely, let me see. They have like these little shorts. This right here is for Aqua. We're gonna go ahead and just read through these as well. Coffee Talk, push the limit. I've been in front of this coffee shop's entrance for so many times now. This place looks warm and cozy, but I can't seem to bring myself to actually go in. Tomorrow for sure. So yeah, it's kind of like really going with the whole fact of her being like really shy. Okay, so this is the day. Then she meets Gala. Excuse me. And tomorrow for sure. Today is the day. She basically walks away again. Excuse me, miss, can I ask you a few... Excuse me, miss, can I ask you a few questions? Are you a regular at this coffee shop? I'm not. I have never been here, ever. Okay, I'm overthinking it. It's probably quiet enough in there that nobody will notice me. So, today for sure, and she finally went in. Listen, they have, because I never actually really read through these comics either, so I'm kind of excited to go and just kind of do that right here. Episode 2, Blurry Eyes. So many beings are obsessed with things that perishes by time. Looks, wealth, relationship. After hundreds of years, what can still excite someone about life? Even separation. Doesn't taste as bad as it should be. Tastes as bitter as it should be. Hey, are you alright? Heh. Things like feelings don't bother me anymore, Gala. Of course it still does. You can never get used to heartbreak. To the usual bar, Gala, Roger. And to the usual bar, Gala, Roger. So yeah, this is something I actually kind of read about, I think, in passing or whatever. So basically, This does show that Hyde, I was talking about the whole thing, they kind of like, played on possible, relationship between Gala and Hyde. But it is shown right here, of course, that, basically, Hyde was married to someone. And he actually was hurt by that. And that might be like one reason why he's, kind of bitter and everything. You realize that, he does care. Maybe he just kind of closed himself off because he lost, someone he loved like that. And this one, Coffee Talk, Melody of Life. Man, I've been stuck on this page for 3 hours now. What's wrong with me? And this, of course, is about Freya. It's the same day every day. Each of these people have their own stories. Yeah, I struggle to come up with one. Sunset's nice, at least. Another snap from my tomato chill. My friends are enjoying their Sunday date. It's nice being carefree. Oh. I didn't know that. I'm trying to see that. What she's talking about. I took one step outside. My head is full of stories. This room sucks the creativity away from me. Let's go. How about you, dear page 1? Are you ready to move on? Let's get outside together. So I'm guessing maybe it's like, that was where she first started getting like the whole concept of people's stories pretty much, I don't know. Because I guess like right here. Well, I didn't know that. I don't know, basically it's kind of like implying that maybe, that's kind of like where she started getting inspiration, like to use, get inspiration from other people for her stories. And caught in the gentle howl within. This is about Gala. Another kid showed up in the hospital. He was only lightly bruised, but his sister was inconsolable. Still, I must have reacted too strongly to the blood. Mommy, why is he so scary? Shh, dear, don't point. You see his scars? He's a werewolf. I guess it showed. Yo, Gala, tough shift. How about a drink? Not today, thanks. What's with him? You look gruffier than usual. I guess it's that time of the month. It's not a good day for his kind. Seeing blood on kids reminded me of the war. And in turn reminded me of my worst self. Maybe a werewolf like me has no business working in a hospital. This for you, sir. Cheer up. But I guess it wasn't all that bad. That was so wholesome right there. So yeah, that's... Alright, this is about Bailey's, I think. A full-time freelance life. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, I sent the latest design last night. No, that's the final... Wait, another revision? You're kidding. I'm not doing another revision. 2 revisions, that's it. That's the end of it. No, I don't care what your boss said. That's your job. I'm not... Alright, I'll get it done. Does it have to be tonight? Yeah, I get it. Sure, thanks. Calling Lua. Hey, it's me. Sorry, I don't think I can make it tonight. No, it's fine. It's the client. I know, I will. Yeah, I'll grab something to eat on the way. I know. Thanks, love. So you kind of like to see like these little other bits of extra stories like through the comics and everything about each character. And I'm really hoping they do more of these in the next one. Like I haven't actually read any of these yet, but now I'm actually glad I'm finally getting around to doing it. And I know who this is about. Want to be my mate? Be your mate? Yeah, that's gross. Get away from me. This interaction did not yield results as hoped. I may have used the wrong method of communication. We've not been able to find a proper communication protocol for this method. It seems our observation was inadequate. We might lack a crucial tool in their method of communication. Could that be? Excuse us, citizens of Earth. We see you're consuming a certain substance while communicating. What? Is the substance crucial to communication? Is this some sort of weird interview? But to answer your question, no, it's just coffee. And not because of the substance. What is the key to your success in this courtship then? Seriously? We don't know, dude. We matched on Kindler. Decided to give it a go. This site found the dating app. Kindler? Yeah, it's a dating app. Look it up. We see that this Kindler is crucial for Earth's method of courtship. Perhaps it is beneficial for us to evaluate ourselves. According to the user's manual, Earthlings swipe left or right according to one's breeding preferences. However, the information displayed was severely lacking. For example, there are no genetical information at all. Yet, despite a lot of these ambiguities, Earthlings are under no danger of extinction or underpopulation. There's a little bit of a typo thing in extinction. Perhaps there is more to the method of communication than we are yet to understand. I mean, I don't know about the danger of extinction, considering how we, the route we've been on, but underpopulation, I mean, he's got that on check. All right, 2 more here. Rachel, I'm home. I'm so beat. Rachel, do you know what time how late it is? High school girls shouldn't be home this late. What will the neighbors say? I've already told you I have lots of night training for my upcoming debut. It's for that idol thing, huh? As I suspect, those kind of jobs are really not good. What kind of job exactly? I take this job very seriously. It's not just about singing and singing like you think. But you will never get it, won't you? So the two are still fighting now. And I'm going to school. So you two are still fighting now? I'm still pissed, so I left this morning without even looking at him. Okay, that's absolutely adorable. That bento box is so wholesome. Stupid father. What gets me is that she tried to leave without talking to him. He still got the last word in as well. But I mean, it was such beautiful little words there. And that is such a nice looking bento box. I'm actually jealous. Alright, this is Myrtle. Alright, I'm done. Myrtle, you heading back? Yeah. It's the weekend. Get some rest. Sure. What? What now? Who submitted a bug report at this hour? It's a bug on my part. I have to fix it. Can't you fix it tomorrow? I can't. It's too close to deadline. I have to fix it now. I think it's just a simple error. If I fix this perimeter here... No, wait. That's not it. Is the logic wrong? This was a problem before. Why is it not working at all now? Take a deep breath, man. You won't fix anything. I'm fine. I know there's nothing wrong with my code. The tester must have reported it wrong. Calm down. That's not how you do it. Shoot me with a report. Let me see what I can do. Weren't you going home? What about your weekend? I got plenty of time to kill. You owe me one, though. There's a new restaurant around here. Do you want to try it? Not interested. You know a place where I can get good coffee instead? And so, basically, that's the, it kind of, like, shows, how, like, some of them actually found Coffee Talk. Like, with her, this guy basically told her about Coffee Talk. So, yeah. Absolutely wholesome little stories right there. You know, basically with Aqua, you find out, you know, she, was just standing outside, wanted to go in for a few days, and then finally, you know, getting, you know, actually finally, you know, find the time to actually go in there, you know, and, get the place a shot. This obviously talks about Gala, and, it's focused on Hyde, but talks basically like at the time they got Gala was Hyde's bodyguard after Hyde's divorce as well. Freya's whole thing. Gala struggles. Surprisingly, they didn't actually really have one solely for Lua, but I guess it's basically just had like the whole thing where like, you know, it was technically her and Bailey's thing right there. But I personally would have liked for them to actually have something for Lua exclusively as well. Whatever the case, guys, that's basically everything. You know, we went through, we got like the true ending, though I'm still confused at all hexadecimal on exactly what that ending entailed. Because I didn't really find the identity. I was like, okay, I think it was about finding out the identity of the barista. I still don't know who the hell I am. Or at least as far as like the barista version of me is concerned. Who knows? Maybe it will be explored like a bit more in episode 2. Because maybe that's the reason they're not calling it Coffee Talk 2. They're calling it episode 2. Because technically, though it is still a full game, it's still technically just probably got to be like an actual continuation of all this, of course. I still say it's definitely going to be a sequel, its own full game. But, at the end of the day, it still definitely is like, you know, just could be considered just like a side story in episode 2. I mean, I personally just call it Coffee Talk 2. But still, basically, in the end, it's still a sequel. I don't know how long it's going to take place after Coffee Talk 1, but I do know that everything I've seen is that Lua's returning. So, by proxy, that means Bailey definitely will be coming back. Myrtle's in it. And I'm pretty sure Myrtle's in it. Aqua will be as well. I think, like I said, I think I saw some screenshots of Aqua. But I'm pretty sure they wouldn't put Myrtle in there without Aqua because they just, like, work so well together. Don't think I saw anything of Hyde or Gala. I'm going to assume they're going to be in it. Didn't see anything of Neil. I personally would like to see Neil come back. I just don't know. Because the only thing about it is Neil, like, seemed very mature and, like, very different at the end of the game here. So I'm hoping that maybe when they... I mean, I'd like it if they brought him back. He'd still be like his all confused self, but obviously if he's already learned everything and took on a different identity, that obviously ain't gonna be the case, but it would be cool to see something else of Neil. Rachel, I'd like to see her return, but again, there are like at least a couple of new characters I didn't see in this. I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen with them. I just really would like to see like at least a majority of the characters here return. Namely considering the injury, it just ended with him in the hospital. We obviously want to know exactly what happened with him afterwards. I mean, they say he was going to make a full recovery, but it did still kind of leave it like, you know, you don't see him at the end of the game while you saw just about everyone else except for Hyde. Hyde was returning and everything, but it didn't show him at the end. It would just be neat, even if it was just like for one night or two, have like, you know, all the like the other characters all come back even if you don't actually interact with them full on, and they do give like more of a spotlight to like these new characters, but at least bring the other ones in and just like let you see like exactly what they're up to, because the way this game was designed, you get really, you know, enveloped and just hearing these characters' stories and figuring out exactly what's going on with them, and you really want to root for them. Like, you really want like every one of them to resolve their issues and everything. Or in case of Myrtle and Aqua, it wasn't really insanely, you know, terrible issues per se. They both just were pretty much stressed from work, and you know, you want to see them get their projects done. Lua and Bailey's, of course, a lot of racial discrimination between their species and stuff, you know, their families at each other's throats, and affecting their relationship and everything. Them both having like, you know, contrasting things they want, and then having to find a middle ground there. You definitely want them to get that resolved. Rachel, the issues with her father, and like at first, you know, you want to like, you know, basically just rip his mustache off, and you realize, you know, he actually knows what he's talking about here. I mean, the only problem is he's not really going about the best way with Rachel. He's being very overbearing, but you do realize he's got very, you know, plausible reasons for why he's protecting her. And it's actually that fight between them and the issues they're having that brought her to Coffee Talk and kept her from going to that party, where things could have ended very badly, and she could have, like, you know, been seriously hurt in a lot of, you know, ways that could have been very traumatizing, and assuming they didn't actually do worse things to her than just, you know, things that left her scarred. You know, you really, like, you're great, you know, the whole fight between them. That's one of the things where we kind of realized it was like a bad thing going on between them that actually could have saved her life. And Neil, in our own way, we definitely wanted to root for Neil, because you realize that what he was wanting to do was pretty much, you know, breed with humans so they could have, like, you know, a special, you know, species of superhero that could pretty much protect the planet and all that. So Neil is based on the whole concept of everyone not understanding him because he was so weird, but then you realize in the end he had, like, you know, really good intentions and all that. So all the characters were, like, in ways, it's hard to dislike any of them. When you see, like, who they are at the end, you know, you find, like, such good qualities about them. Each of them had their flaws and everything, but for the most part, like, Myrtle was overworking herself. Aqua had like so much, you know, was lacking in such self-confidence. They brought out the best in each other because Aqua got Myrtle to take a break, and, you know, Myrtle, you know, got Aqua to see that, you know, she was like, you know, she had all the potential to do what she wanted and everything, and Myrtle helped her with that. So can't wait for the next game. We're gonna be jumping in on that on Thursday, Rogues. But for now, next stream we're going to be doing will be tomorrow. There's going to be 2 streams coming tomorrow. It's going to be my day off from the gym. I'm actually going to be hitting the gym after I finish the stream, after I get me like a little bit of protein in my system before I head to the gym. But tomorrow, 2 streams going to be happening. First one will be with Mickey D343. We tried to do Demonologist yesterday. Things didn't really work out for that because my internet got cut off for a bit, as I think I explained in the previous stream. Since our internet is obviously working now, we'll be able to properly do our Demonologist stream tomorrow afternoon. Probably around, hopefully, 1 p.m.-ish, give or take. I'm going to talk to him, see exactly when we need to start, or what was the earliest he wants to start. And then sometime tomorrow night, Lego Marvel Superheroes. We're going to be doing the next episode for that. But anyways, Rogues, much love. Thank you to those that came and hung out with me for this. Deeply appreciate you guys. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for what's going to be a 2-stream day of some horror and, you know, and some Lego block goodness. You know, with, you know, Lego Marvel Superheroes. Don't know where I was trying to go with that, whatever the case. Anyways, again, thank you guys for coming out, and see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching my stream. If you like my content and want to see more, be sure to follow me and hit that notification bell. You can also find me on Instagram and join my Guilded server to hang out and join in on occasional movie nights. If you're an aspiring streamer, my website contains a collection of over a dozen completely free text guides with advice to help you out. Sections dedicated to proper networking, the importance of channel panels, handling dead air, and many other topics. You can find a link to my website on my Twitch and YouTube channels. See you guys next time.